Hello, Twitch and YouTube friends. Jeff P2662, thank you for the subscription. Which Iliad translation is my preference? Well, I was saying I've been reading the new Emily Wilson translation. I think it's a good entry point, but I think I prefer the Fagles translation. I don't have as many qualms with the Emily Wilson translation as other people do. Whoa. Look at my green can. Yeah, so we're gonna do top esports versus Gen G. Maybe afterwards, if you guys are all really good and you ask really nicely, we'll do Team Liquid Fnatic, and that might just run us all the way into the start of the next games. I took a break this morning to sleep in, and then I went to the Muay Thai gym for a couple of hours because I have to watch these games, and then I have to stay up all night to watch the other games live, and then probably at like 5 a.m. my time, I'm going to do Power Spike, depending on how long the games are. So I will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be dead. And then Summoning Insight on Monday, and then we'll be back to streaming on Tuesday. Just saw that your vid on the Rebel Moon Part 2 on YouTube. Can't wait to watch it. That one's really funny, by the way. Doa is very funny in that one, I think. Do you like math, or did you do a lot of math back when you studied? So it's all right. I mean, so I did AP Calc BC as a junior, and then I did IB higher level mathematics, which is like set in group theory, my senior year of high school, but I didn't take math in college. But I mean, that was basically a college course. Well, I react to the games live. I love your name, Loba's Ass Cheeks. As someone who is a casual Apex Legends player, that's pretty funny. She does have quite the pronounced booty. No. Because I can't compete with the co-streamers or anything like that, so it's not worth it. Plus, I kind of want to just chill on the couch and watch. Because I'm going to be up all night for like, whatever, 10 hours watching those games. Especially after I do this. I'm not a stream machine like Cadril and I will dominate, guys. I'm a wimp. Vara OM, thank you for your tier 1 sub. I also, after I was done sparring in Muay Thai, so one thing I can't get in Korea, even though Korea is much better than it used to be about getting things, is New Mexico style red chili. So this is going to look or green chili. It's going to look super ugly because I have a green screen, guys, but I will show you. I'm eating this giant ass burrito that is covered in spicy green chili. And it is fucking delicious. NC3, Johnny Bannock. Annyeong. When is the next Power Spike? Like whenever the games end tonight. So probably like 5 a.m. Pacific. Could be earlier, could be later. Who knows? So yeah, that's where we're at today, guys. Will we do Fnatic versus Team Liquid? Perhaps. If you're really good. I might actually have to take a break for dinner, turn off the stream, and then come back for Team Liquid. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I do this series and then leave for an hour or two and then come back. Or maybe I'll just leave the stream running. You made Hatch green chili chicken enchiladas last night, dude. I fucking love making my own green chili. I use Hatch chilies to make my own green chili, like New Mexican style green and red chilies. I've done that. Then you Christmas your enchiladas. That's my jam. I love New Mexican food, guys. I love New Mexican chili. I love it. Any hope of continuing your playthrough of Baldur's Gate with Doa? You guys didn't watch it, so probably not. Also, Doa can't finish a single-player game to save his life. I enjoyed it, though. It's going to be really hard for me to eat this sloppy ass green chili burrito on stream, but I will struggle through it. I will struggle through it not for you guys. It's probably annoying that I eat on stream. I will struggle through it for myself. Nice, and we have cooking and soon Avalon Blue. Good. I am going to retrieve all of my streaming equipment for cooking streams, and I will do cooking streams again soon, TM. Harry Fernandez. Back-to-back everyday stream. Well, time to leave the pleb life then. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I have a lot of respect for guys like Casual and Dom and LS who can do this. I mean, they also make millions of dollars, unlike me, so, you know, I only have so much respect. But this is fucking hard. This is hard, guys. Streaming all the time is very hard. And it also just destroys your entire life because you can't do anything else, ever. Right from the get-go here, a couple of things to note. All right. So let's start with the obvious. All right, Cream wasn't very good on Ahri, but he is also a terrifying Ahri. Gen G is not first pick Lucian team. That's not who they are. They are let you have Lucian play a Philios Lulu into you team. And you know what? Canyon's he's not the Jin Zhao guy. He's the Sedge guy this year. He's the Sedge Maokai guy. That's his role on the team. In order for the team to function properly, Keen is I am going to blind pick Cassante / Udyr or counterpick you, or Twisted Fate, which I guess 369 looked kind of questionable on Twisted Fate. And we're going to ban Senna, which is much more, I think, in the wheelhouse, and Aurelion Sol for Chovy, but he's going to default to Corki. Chovy is the guy who will win any lane and on the scaling champs and then outscale you. Are you skipping Fnatic Team Liquid? I will probably do it after this series. Like I said, I'll take an hour or so off to eat dinner, and then I will do it. So, what does this mean? So, Cassante, Prio, Rising. Keen, I think, is the best Cassante player in the world. Jockey Love gets the Draven pick into Callista. This is a common thing for Jockey Love. It's probably going to be a Renata Glask battle happening here. Will they go Draven Nami? Will they go Draven Renata? Callista Renata, we'll see. Lehens at least can play Nautilus, unlike Carry on T1, so that's up. So what's up that's interesting is Nautilus, right? Rumble. We could absolutely play Draven Rumble, or we could play Callista Rumble. That feels really good. Rumble is a mega pick, probably here. Rumble is an excellent pick here, because Keen is a really good Rumble player. And Rumble priority has dropped a bit because, you have to run TP with the lane swap arenas. So you can't have the Ignite, which does lower the priority. But it's a flex pick still, and it's nice to have in your pocket on the red side. And Keen is just a fucking amazing Rumble player. So is 369, by the way. I would expect Rumble to be a very contested match champion in this series. Very contested. So, again, I know the results, guys, but I don't know who wins which game, and I don't know what the drafts are.
Both a menace in lane, while also having incredible late game scaling.
He just absolutely slaughtered Fnatic on this pick just a couple of days ago as well, picking up 3 early kills, especially playing around that bottom side, being able to get some, so not surprised at all. And the Vi taken away definitely gives a huge amount of...
Okay, so they're going to take the Vi for Canyon, very interesting, which means you might have Nautilus go over, so we are going to ban the Renata Glask. We should ban the Rumble. Poppy going to be banned because they don't want Jungle Poppy. And no Tristana for Cream into Corki, so we're going to take Viego. They've got a lot of single target damage right now. So what does this mean for our friend Cream? Not known for his Azir, but might just be a pretty good Azir safety pick here. Alistair to punt out. He also can punish the Draven if he walks up. And are we just going to take Vayne? Oh my god. Okay, Keen. I don't like this pick in the lane swaps. I think it's kind of garbo, but whatever. They did win with it versus Fnatic, and they were suffering at the hands of T1 against it. So the problem is you just can't take TP, and you can get tower dove super easily. All right, the Akali pick. Yeah, it is a cream specialty. All right, so they have assassination potential to get Viego resets here. So they are running a Viego reset composition. This will be something Gen G is very used to playing against. This is just wacky. I don't know what's going on here for this. This composition is basically just like poke somebody. I don't know what you're supposed to do here. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this comp for Gen G. Like, you can't really 1-3. Maybe you like 4-1 with this. I'm interested to see how Gen G plays this, because Kallista's never strong really in split push comps because her siege is very weak with jungle and support because she's low range. And Vi and Alistar are melee, so she can't attack the tower. So you need Corki there to siege, and Corki's probably not going to split. So we're just going to like wig out and put the package down and try and isolate somebody for Vayne in team fights, Vayne and Vi. We can control Drake very well. Maybe we're just going to control Drake starting at 5 minutes. It feels weird. Also, you can't really split in the late game unless the Vayne's ahead because you have no TP. It's super low range outside of Corki. It's like 4 melee champs in Corki, and it's not even a tank. You know, you have like, it's all gated by Alistar ult. So I don't know. This feels real weird. I don't know how you're supposed to play this if you're Gen G. Maybe it's just shit. I don't know. I'm intrigued.
This is what he made his name on in OMG when he hit the main stage.
I don't know what they're cooking right now, Gen G. Besides comfort picks. And top lane counter picks for Keen, which is what they do.
Bringing it out against
but it just feels like if you can bait out Alistar ult for top esports and they kill one person, the Viego reset train just crushes them. Right? But they can't walk forward with Draven. Remember when Pays played Draven and he was like walking forward with RFC and he would just throw one axe and chunk people for like 1,000 damage? You can't do that because you're just going to get engaged on by Vi, Alistar, or Callista. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're cooking here for Gen G.
I think it's also quintessentially two comps that these teams love. On one end for Gen G, you have Chovy on a hyper carry. Canyon in this team has been more of a facilitator. Keen with a counter pick, and then Lahens who kind of ties it together with the Alistar. I gotta say, the top esports comp on the flip side, very much something.
Chronicler, what is that comp supposed to do? You just listed champions. I don't even know what this comp is supposed to do. Can you tell me what it's supposed to do? Also, the level 1s in lane swaps, if we're going to see a lane swap with this Vayne, the level 1s are so fucking wacky. Like, the last time that we saw this, basically what happened was the Vayne was standing in mid and just, like, ghosted at level 1 to chunk out humanoids to Leah. It was very weird. But you probably don't want to be in the Nautilus Draven lane at first. Especially at level 1 when Alistar is a turd. Okay, so you see the deep wards coming in.
I think it's more to try and spot if Pays and Lahens are going for a lane swap, because you're definitely on the defensive half of it for the Kalista and the Alistar.
Well, I see Alistar the whole time. So we are going to be in lane swap. So what the fuck is this Vayne going to do? Okay, strong side jungle follow.
Honestly, Gen G are happy to just go for the standard lane, and it'll be top esports around the
Except it's not a jungle follow because Vayne is there looking threateningly at Akali. What the fuck? What is Keen cooking? What is Keen cooking?
For the Alistar, so you don't get to take early control of the lane. On the flip side, though, I think as top, you look at this and you see we have a Cassante and they have a Vayne. And one of those is going to feel a lot better in a lane swap scenario. Last time we saw Gen G do a very similar thing where Keen is just straight up, runs to mid, pressures the enemy mid.
All right, so Keen's job is to bully Cream with his HP bar and just trade with him while they zone him out. This is hilarious, guys. This is hilarious.
But early on, if you fall too far behind when it comes to experience, you can kind of get stuck.
All right, so Keen's job is just to win Chovy the lane.
Becomes really, really tough.
And Cream's completely zoned off the wave. A nice hit, Chronicler, because Keen's sticking around in the...
Okay, it's 210, and he's leaving, so they may be doing a second wave crash.
Will just appear, get pressure, then leave. Keen now moving around in the jungle as well and watching to see if Cream steps too far.
Nope. So he's actually now going to help in the jungle. Now that Chovy has a level advantage because they zone Cream off the wave.
Just start up the Raptors here for Top Esports, but good ward coming through from Gen G who spotted exactly what Top Esports are up to. So all of a sudden,
The thing is, Keen is still level. Keen needs to hit level 2, so he has Condemn.
alongside Keen, who
There he goes. So the problem last time was Keen didn't have Condemn, so it was really hard to go dive turrets. So this is an adaptation by Gen G to get Keen level 2, so if they TP bot on the wave, he can actually Condemn. This is a change from Gen G's previous level 1 with Vayne.
Interesting thing, actually, 369 going for the flash on the Cassante. We've mostly seen the Ghost, but instead going for the flash here.
Keen actually hasn't skilled a level 2 skill yet. Interesting.
With the Vayne and not having teleport available, might be a little bit harder for Gen G to respond, but right now, just looking like even trades and no really big shenanigans yet.
Okay, wave is crashing both lanes.
I like the way FaZe and Lehens are playing this though. They're playing up past the turret there. You can see it in the picture-in-picture, which is just denying 369
Okay, he finally took E.
any chance of actually getting up to the tower. So he's definitely going to lose all of this experience to the turret. Whereas
Keen decided now is the time to skill E. Okay, so this is my question. This is my question, guys. Now that they figured out a way to get Vayne level 2 on wave crash,
see the purple bars underneath the portraits. A little bit of an experience lead. Cream just hitting level 4.
so now they can actually do the turret dive that they couldn't do last time. They're going to try and actually... Oh my god, they don't... Keen's going to get the kill. Dude, smart. Fucking smart from Gen G.
Experience sharing comes up huge with a teleport to come in.
Okay, we're doing it round.
Condemn, up again. TES is trolling. This is terrible by top. Now they can dive the turret.
Massive mistake from Top Esports. You just don't have the number advantage.
He's dead. Condemn. Into the wall. That was fucking great, guys. That was fucking great. Ooh, nerd chills, dude. Gen G bopped them. That was a bopping. Dude, they guys got fucking macro blasted.
Resource on the bottom side to get 369 under the turret, but they completely mess it up. You don't have
really nicely played. So it was what we thought. This is a big change from the Vayne early game that we saw in their last game versus Fnatic. Dude, because remember the dive. So last time they dove topside, but King was level 1, so they got the kill, but it cost 3 flashes. This time, I mean, they lose Keen, but it's kind of whatever. Right, he gets the execute.
3 kills already, meaning that on his first back, steel caps as well as a Dirk.
2K gold lead already. Steel caps for FaZe. This is mwah, mwah, mwah. You love to see it. Canyon gets and Canyon gets Drake on spawn while their bot lane is top and they can control Drake like we suspected.
1K gold that he has and turn it up against Jackie Love, and you needed this Draven to get rolling. You needed Cream to get going.
This is beautiful, guys.
Top Esports are
now they get the 1v1. Okay, so let's take stock of this. Gen G didn't have to play level 1 Alistar versus Draven Nautilus. They got 3 kills and steel caps onto FaZe, so now he's just immune to damage from Draven. Now they get this is now a favorable 2v2 because of the lead, and they get a favorable 1v1.
As well. It's not like Jackie Love just walks away with so many plays.
And they get Drake.
The second one doesn't actually fall down in the end either. So, but Gen G, this is
and they got Cassante's
We
TP.
always call them such a smart team, but I think this single movement from Keen and the way the map now is just again shows it in spades.
One of the things though that Gen G need to keep in mind is something that we saw. I think one of the other teams that Top played into.
Was it Fnatic?
I think it might have been, but walking into Jackie-Love and Mako when you have a level deficit, as is the case right now, because the one thing that Top still have going for them is that Jackie-Love hasn't gotten anything yet, but he's also just been stacking, he's just been hitting a turret, he's been in a position where they're going to have to try and get him into an actual kill. That said, though, one of the things I always look towards when you
KTN gets one grub.
Positions is how much setup do you have? And Nautilus is good, but I
No,
think something
Mako?
like the Vi really would have helped as
Mako?
well. Mako.
Well, we're speaking of Mako's going to be out.
Mako's trolling. Okay.
Forces the flash in the end. Jackalov walks on in, but Lahans gets
Really good knockback by Jackie.
Cream, you mentioned, starts walking up, but the play diffuses. Genji walk away.
Just able to step it back. That could have been very, very.
So they get 3 grubs, but it costs Mako's flash.
Top esports would get all 3 of these void grubs. A lot of that coming off the back of Jackie Love, styling on the hens a little bit with that stand aside.
Genji did take a little bit of a risk there, because early skirmishes, that's what Top is going to be looking for continuously. It's not like they can't play late game fights if you get a good angle on the back line, if you have 369 eventually farmed up, although obviously in the 1v1 against Vayne, not going to have the best of time.
No.
One of the few champions that can actually chew through him. But Chovy still isn't that strong. Also going to go for the Hex Drinker rush, which we've seen a lot into these type of aggressive matchups. So early Hex Drinker and then just go into the normal Corki core. Also, with only a tier, he's not really going to be too much of a threat.
All right, so right now Genji needs to be focused on stacking Drakes. It's going to be very important for them to stack Drakes here.
But I thought at this stage maybe they would just let it play on out with Keen being a little bit far behind already compared to, say, Jackie Love on experience. But they really just don't want to give this Vayne any opportunity to farm on up.
Makes sense considering how the game started.
Yeah, Vayne is starting to be a bully in lane right now. Denial of this wave into turret. Played on top side. Let's rotate down in about a minute. Why is Keen mid? How did this happen?
They really just don't.
Or he literally just recalls and walks mid because they have the lane swap, so he can't walk down there. Demolish proc, so sexy.
Perfect execution starts off. Cream jumps on into Chovy.
Oops.
But then just waits as 369 comes in.
369 there at exactly the right time. Oh my god, such a smart play by Jackie, actually. So they're starting to proxy the wave. So he's like, fuck you, you don't get a lot of plates. And I'm going to get some of this gold. Really good ult. It's also, he'll have it back up by the time the Drake spawns.
For Draven to actually start taking turret shots. Shots to the turret in the bottom side.
Yep.
You still have a huge amount of resources up from top esports.
Clever Jackie Love.
Looks like we're going to get the reset in response from Pays and Lahens to try and answer for this push on the bottom side by top esports.
Jackalov currently sitting at about 240 stacks. That's something that Genji fans are still going to look towards. But Cream trying to look for a play in mid. I think those early ults with Akali really are going to be where you want to try and make something. And that's again where Viego Akali, if they're ahead, I feel like that combo feels impossible to play against because once they get on top of you, you're dead. But it isn't the best way to start a fight, right? Especially against a champion as slippery as Corki. Actually locking him down can be quite tough. Because
now we're gonna get into first package territory here. And Kalista, as we said, about a minute later, we're seeing, right as I said it, minute later, Kalista Alistar start getting control of bot side. Here's where the deep wards come in. Then we play package games. 369 is going to have TP advantage, so the question is, what are we going to do with this Vayne? Are we going to drop the Vayne down? Or are we just going to hope that package can win the 4v5 or bully them off? Yeah, Cassante CS is terrible because he's been playing into a Vayne. And he died twice to dives or proxy, wave proxying.
That's where Genji's always been comfortable.
We haven't talked about this as much yet. Mentioned Chovy a little bit, but his mid to late game team fights on this Corki pick are absolutely insane and incredibly hard to deal with. And because of the early attention that was paid, like he's just farming first strike gold off of Cream. Cream has no threat whatsoever. Might get a little bit better as he finishes his first item, but right now not going to be the case. It's possible 3v3.
Well, top esports need something, so Dredge line in.
Northern European people saying the TH sound challenge, difficulty impossible.
TN matching as on a ward. The bottom lane sits right now.
Too funny.
There's not really much that you can do here as top esports. Mako would look to hit 6, should hit off the wave. Maybe then you look for the play as Cream. Just going to go in for some trading, but Mako just hit 6 on bot. Are they looking for the play? Looks like at least Genji are respecting it and backing off.
I mean, on a ward, TN backs off, and you can see that Canyon now hovers towards mid. The other lane with the all-in that just came through from Cream, where Chovy now having TP and the package to be picked up.
Here we go.
Before Dragon spawns in 5 seconds.
Big thing here, is that it is a
So Keen is going to have to potentially burn Ghost to stop any TPs from Cassante. And that's what you have to do with this composition, guys. Remember we talked about if Draven is stepping up, it's pretty easy to create a pick onto him. And look at this. They come with the package. They need the package to just secure Drake. And this solves their problem of not having TP because you're able to package on top of him. Force the flash, okay. Oops. They needed another player there. Oh, no, it's gone horribly wrong. This didn't have the damage. You know, Corky's still at tier Hex Drinker. And Vi has just a couple of long swords for damage, really. And the Tunneler.
Meaning that outside of Ocean, all the remaining Drakes, Mega.
You know, after they see Mako here, this probably ain't the play anymore, I guess. Also, Mako's body blocking rockets. Like, Chovy's not shooting the rockets, but he can't hit Jackie Love, which is pretty important.
Outside of Ocean,
huge plays by Mako and Jackie Love. That hook is huge, too. So he basically is just chain CC'd so he can't auto. And Jackie gets all the autos down. And then he cashes in. That's so mega from Top Esports. Overextension. Really good play from Mako.
Genji think they can catch Jackie Love just as he opens on mid, but instead, Jackie Love is able to get the space he needs thanks to Mako, and they turn that one around.
Genji knew as well, if we can kill this Draven, the game might be as good as one.
Yep.
It's true, though. If they gotten Draven, the game's probably over.
With the help of Mako there, Canyon doesn't have that much damage. Actually, he was behind, and they overestimate the amount of damage they can do.
Especially with the Essence Reaver just picked up from Jackie Love as well. You can see how much he just chunks health bars every single time with the Sheen proc. Even getting the cash in the end is perfect. Now Genji, they run back up towards the top side. This is still going to be, you know, an awful lot of damage from Genji onto these side lane turrets, which could come back to bite Top Esports. But with Draven being huge, it's at least some win cost.
Yeah, at least something there. You already picked up the Essence Reaver before, but as TP comes through for Top Esports to defend top side, it really feels like 80 carry versus 80 carry. But the question is which one? Keen running in. Man has to be careful. That guy now at half HP after a couple of autos from Big Bad Jackie Love Draven at 369.
Oops.
He's dancing again, but maybe he shouldn't with the cow. That cow's got horns.
At least he's got flash this time, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't have Hack Flash though, so he doesn't pass the test. As now, as a result, despite the 4 kills, we do see Jackie Love at the top of the gold standings. Hey! Mako got that one. One thing to note though, and this is important, is that while Jackie Love is now sitting on a nice little gold lead, the other side laners for Genji, kind of what we expected coming in.
He still is going to have problems sieging turrets or stepping up in this game. Like, Jackie Love getting into this, that's just a preview of what's to come, really, I feel, is that if he steps up, you know, it wasn't a good play because Mako was there and they didn't have the damage, but that's probably not going to be true later in the game.
Top side of the map by Top Esports, and first turrets are going to start dropping soon, and it is Ocean. We haven't mentioned it yet, but
you know what bothered me about Chovy the other day? Why did all his ults hit? Like every time on Corky, bro, have we checked his PC? Like this guy,
checking PC.
Corky rocket hits, and it's so frustrating.
It's the same with how does he get so much CS?
Yeah,
because he doesn't. He just lost hits.
ASOL ulti up every like 10 seconds.
All the CS. Yeah,
it's like
it's a
people
problem.
think it's just the meme, but it's actually.
Canyon and Lehen's underperformed today.
It definitely feels like this is coming. It's a battle of the hands.
We'll find out. I haven't seen him.
One of the things that I've loved about Genji is how well they play off of side lane pressure, and as you were alluding to already, now the Keen and Chovy going to have a lot of pressure when it comes to those sides. But I think Top Esports have been one of the best teams in the LPL at playing off of 80 carry pressure in mid, unlocking Mako to make plays like this because they control mid lane.
It's no help for Chovy. Canyon's on his way, but Keen doesn't have TP.
Chovy's trying to clear the way for the time being. He gets away from the Dreadnought. Nice sidestep. Phosphorus bomb clears, and he Valkyrie's back under turret. Cream's going to be the traitor.
Nice job by Cream.
He gets away. The turret shot ain't able to clip his wings.
I cannot believe he survived, especially Canyon has the ultimate. But
So Keen is ahead, though, and this is what we said. Like, if Keen's ahead, then he can actually just split even without TP. Because you're constantly threatening objectives. and he can take any 1v1, so it doesn't actually matter if you don't have TP right now.
We talk a lot about the Cassante. It's been one of the hot topics. In this game, though,
Drake win condition's probably off the board, but Jackie Love has to be super careful. If the Alistar is there next time, I mean, the Vi-Alistar combo, if he steps up, is just going to be death for him. Especially if Corki can actually hit a rocket or actually auto-attack, unlike that last fight.
With cash compared to 369, and that is one of the things that if we get to actual 5v5s, I'll be really interested to see how that is going to end up going. On the flip side, though, Genji's only frontline is Lahens, with Keen playing the Vayne. Mispositions not really allowed, and a ton of burst damage available on the side of top.
We already talked about him in that first.
Well, we shouldn't see team fights from Genji, I don't think. Yeah, just this. All right, we're just going to create picks. Goodbye.
And down he goes, caught out in front of this Herald. Ain't where you want to be.
So all of that came because they were able to put pressure into the top side from Vayne to get control over that objective.
Get access to this Rift
Burst damage available on the side of top.
And they have pressure in mid lane because Draven can't win in the Kalista lane either. It's interesting. It's a Rend Max build for Pays, but he's actually going opportunity here. Usually Pays does Q-Max if he does lethality. And lethality is the Kalista build that Pays prefers to go, generally speaking.
Lahens, his laning phase has been something that has been often criticized, but his game sense is one of the big things that he is often credited for when it comes to how Genji move around the map. And that's going to be Herald here as well. And once mid lane turret starts falling, particularly with a comp like top...
Okay, we're going to try package again for the Drake. Are we going to try and make the play this time? Jackie will have flashback up. So basically, Jackie's flash is tied to the package, which is all tied to the Drake in terms of timing windows.
If you've lost both side lanes and suddenly Chovy is turning around with a package in towards the mid lane, or you've got Keen who's able to find...
I guess we are going to split push with Corki because it's Chovy.
To defend that structure, especially with Rift Herald in tow for Gen G. So if you get top esports pushed back in behind their tier 2s, access to the map...
Appreciate you churning out quality content non-stop. Yeah, I know, it's tiring for me.
Might be down in CS, might be down in levels, but he's still got...
How many studies might pass my air traffic control evals? Oh, damn, that's serious. I've heard there are not enough air traffic controllers. I keep reading New York Times articles about that. Sounds like a hard job, man.
Mid's now down, those pockets of vision get harder to play.
Packages there as well. I don't think top necessarily want to look for the contest, but it looks like they are moving in position right now. Cream on his way, level 11 hit. Does have level 2 on the ultimate. Genji, though, in full control here.
Chovy's package, it's scaring me. There's the engage. Lahens sets it up. Look at the poke. Yuck. Mako's at half HP. Goodbye, contest.
And usually you would rely on 369 to be the one that comes in to check, but as Chronicler was already saying, you just can't use him in any sort of way at this stage.
He's a plastic bag.
Exactly.
You know, there's a fridge that keeps things cold for a long time. Plastic bag with a bit of ice in it melts after an hour. It doesn't do anything. That's the problem.
That was very Australian of you. If you put ice into a plastic bag in either the Netherlands or Ireland, it will stay basically...
no way. That's gone in 30 minutes. That's water.
It'll just be lukewarm.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Unfortunately, the weather in our respective countries not too great like that.
No.
The big thing here for me, though, is that this is what Genji wants. Ideally, Chovy mentioned it, against Fnatic, they really were happy to throw down and be scrappy and really fight them continuously as, the TP.
It's the play all out for 369, trying to find Keeney. Kites away with the final hours. Cream looks to chase on in as well. He doesn't have flash, though, and he needs a perfect...
Well, I'm just saying, you guys have to...
Keen is just ghosted, and he's out of there for the TP.
And that's for a TP as well.
There's nothing that you can do. The fact that he's able to escape away from that is perfect. He gets the wave pushed in, and now you've committed so many members of top esports out to this bottom side. Genji, go great. Go just take the top.
That's as I was saying. This is the ideal Genji game where they can just shove turrets, play you around the map, drag you around, and even on this Vayne, Keen been able to just generate so much pressure. 369 just about to get close to his first item. He's going to have the Iceborne Gauntlet, but the problem is, of all champions, Vayne is probably the best at dealing with Cassante.
And that's the thing, I feel like this is the first Vayne game where I'm actually impressed by the Vayne. I feel like too many times we've seen them try to scrap with the Vayne when she's behind. Actually take skirmishes, take fights, and that's not what this Vayne really wants to do when she's behind on the grand scheme of things. But if you can isolate the 1v1, which Genji have done...
All right, sorry.
Just take the top.
just
So this is just
generate
good
so
side
much
wave
pressure.
control. I guess
It's
Genji is
about
just going to
to
play split push versus them.
continuously as the TP.
The play all out.
So they're trying to make a TP play, but they can't. Remember, 369 has no HP now, and he has no armor because he ulted.
These percent of this bottom side, Genji go great. Go just take the top.
That's as I was saying. This is the ideal Genji game where they can just shove turrets, play you around the map, drag you around, and even on this vein, Keen been able to just.
Keen is causing so many problems. I don't love the Vayne pick, but this is one of those times where because it's ahead and because they played so well in the early levels, it's like so unmanageable now. The problem is when it gets behind, it looks like shit. So don't be bamboozled.
I feel like too many times we've seen them try.
Yeah, exactly. Dag is saying it. Most of the time, it's just like, why Vayne? This is why.
Vayne really wants to do when she's behind on the grand scheme of things. But if you can isolate the 1v1, which Genji have done really well here, that's when Keen can still have that impact, even if he's slightly behind in, say, like the Jackie Love or to Cream on the map.
Which is why it's important that we talked about playstyles, because obviously when Genji are a team that can play sides so well, you know, Dagda, you said you're impressed watching them back and how they play the map. With a pick like this that always has side lane pressure, that always has shove against this Cassante, it's just perfect for the way the comp's going right now. They're 4K gold ahead, and it's not like it's been a really flashy game for Genji. It's been smart moves. It's been slowly pushing that barrier of entry towards the enemy jungle. As you can see, Vision Line pushing up as well, and slowly increasing that gold amount, as well as the Dragons to boot.
Yeah, but it is really bringing up Keen's international stock, right? Because let's be real, when we came into this, everyone in the world was like 369, best top laner. He's the guy to beat.
Everyone.
But he hasn't had.
I mean, Keen is criminally underrated.
And Keen,
As us Keenasaurs know.
Cassante looked absolutely great. Now he's having a wonderful time against 369 as well. And even just picking up his first title this year, it feels like Keen is really making himself known on the international stage.
Keen, of course.
Warden's mail for Vi, so Vi can stay in the front line against the Draven and not get mega chunkerinoed once he gets
It was a
RFC.
moment when he was able to finally win his title. Sure, maybe you didn't catch it on the early broadcast, but Keen has placed in every single spot in the LCK as the lane turret getting sieged from 10th to 1st. Took him, I don't know how many years, but
At least 5 anyway.
no, because he debuted relatively early, right? I don't remember when it was exactly.
No, I mean,
but
if he has to hit every single one, there's at least 5 years in there.
And it was supposed to be last year, but that was with KT.
We
the
don't
big
talk.
T1.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that
Sorry,
didn't
I was
happen.
gonna say,
And
we
now
don't talk about that, but
him,
go for it.
I mean, it's part of his story, and him finally breaking out of that. As whoa, Jackie.
So they're on this bullshit again. This time though, they have more people.
He wears those adorations, actually
Oh, he flashed, so the condemned didn't land.
Swirling death on the canyon helps get the cash in. Jackie got the money bag again.
It's so crazy how good he is.
Anything but it's Cream. Flashes into four.
Cream's trolling.
369's coming in. This is where TS's stock rises.
Jovi has no
once
rockets.
more. Perfect execution to trade. 369 team fighting is where he finally makes his move. Flashes in. All out.
Uh-oh, they still have Alistar ult. They can't walk on the Viego and the Draven. They gotta Chovy trolled this. He just has to leave. Wow, guys, these team fights are something else. These are really cool. I mean, both teams are so hyper aware of what the other one is trying to do. The Jackie Love Assassination Squad. Keen has a late condemn, though. The condemn actually bounces off here. He gets stunned there. This is probably entirely different, but he's able to get the kill onto Vi, even through the Warden's mail. Flash in. Remember, Chovy doesn't have rockets, so he can't rocket through. So now what they have to do is the Alistar ult is still available. So when Lehens goes in, get the exhaust off. But you got to just bounce after this, guys. Chovy, buddy, you have no rockets.
For the second time in a row, Genji look to kill Jackie, and for the second time in a row, it ends in absolute disaster. He makes it out.
It's not absolute disaster.
And the punish from TES is huge.
I have never seen a Draven
It's a little whoopsie.
this slippery before. Twice
He's the needle.
they've invested the vials onto him, and so many members come mid. But watch the hook again from Mako. Prevents the follow-up. The flash prevents Keen from getting the condemn. And then
Mako
he
again. Look,
gets
look how well Mako plays it. Mako's always like lurking, hiding. They're waiting for this so hard. Mako actually just chain CCs the Vi so that Jackie after flash can get a million autos into him.
To get the great whirling death across so many members, and Cream showing why he's great whirling death across so many members, and Cream showing why he's so well known for the Akali. Hops into the middle, keeps Genji interested, gets the perfect execution onto Keen, and just opens up the floodgates for top esports.
Package is ready though, and in the picture we see Genji starting up the objective.
Oh, now they know Jackie doesn't have flash though. He does have GA. GA's a troll buy. GA is a troll buy, guys. GA is such a troll buy. Why do you think you're going to be able to do anything as Draven if you come up again? Package across. He gets just annihilated. Chovy W out. Mako actually gets him. But yeah, there's no follow-up damage. Ooh, that rocket damage is mega. The problem is they're all so low, just eating rocket after rocket after rocket, and pays is 100% HP.
In the picture we see Genji starting up the objective.
The flash over, they turn away from the Baron. The package positioning great. Jackie Laporta, GA on the back end though. It's Chovy. Gets hooked back in, but that GA timing's everything. It's Canyon. Interrupt.
Yeah, what's Tien doing?
From zero to hero for Genji, but Cream's still alive. Wait, bringing the fight in, but some GA on the back end though. It's Chovy. Gets hooked back in, but that GA timing's everything.
And in the picture we see Genji starting up the objective.
The flash over, they
Tien's just running around in circles. So they do get the kill onto the Vayne. But he turns into the Vayne, and then he just runs after Chovy. He gets ulted by Vi. Why didn't he just CC Chovy? Like, he doesn't have an angle for condemn, so I think he should just jump on him. I'm not sure they win that fight even so, because Pace is still 100% HP, but they definitely don't take a lot of those AoE rockets.
Get rocked, but they come back with the haymaker immediately in front of the Baron.
But that's the problem, is like you're just playing around Vi ult and Alistair engage, guys, and you know they can just do that multiple times for every flash that you have. Dude, Lehens is a beast. Look at this. That's so funny. The surprise cow. Dude, Lehens and Mako's positioning both has been very good this game. Big dick cow.
The Jester finally they find Jackie Love.
Jesus Christ.
The GA procced, and even with the damage being done and Keen dying immediately, so much of the gold of top is on that Draven, and with him going down, even with the reset,
He didn't even have ult, Alistair.
completely untouched in this fight.
And the fact that you have almost perfect timing, consistency from Canyon there on these vault breakers is insane. They catch Jackie Love as soon as he comes out of GA. He catches Tien as the Vayne, who could have potentially tried to carry that fight. But a jungler posing as an AD carry is no match for Canyon.
Well, I said someone needed to deal with Paze. I was wrong. Someone please take care of Chovy.
That's fine. It's normal Chovy thing.
Oh, it is.
Don't
Only
pay too much
8.5k
mind.
damage. All right, well,
It's fine.
let's watch it again, because Dragon starts objective bounty for top esports, and Canyon again will be multiplying his...
Oh, they found him in the brush.
Canyon does die, though.
That's really sloppy by Genji.
Chovy trying to take him out, but Chovy... Dragon starts objective bounty
This is super sloppy by Genji. Like, why not just run mid right now?
for top esports, and
He literally gets pulled out of his queue by a Nautilus hook,
again will be multiplying his objective bounties as it goes down.
and then he dies with his ult isn't up. Like, they don't have Vial. What are they doing? Just push mid. Who cares? Second Drake for them. They just wasted Baron. What the fuck, man? Like, first off, Keen isn't there. Keen is walking from base. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of this. This brush, Banana Brush, is the most important brush to control. You have no vision in there. You have no vision anywhere. You don't have this. If anything, Lehens should be face checking this because he actually has ult up. Why is Vi doing that? Vi tries to Q into the brush, but he gets hooked out of Q. Badly played. Alistair goes in first, guys. Really bad. It was actually free inhib, too. Look, the wave is pushing. Because TES, okay, there's so much to say here. I don't even think TES should be on Drake. I think TES being on this Drake is a bad play that only looks good because Gen.G trolls this. They have to deal with this wave and this wave, right? Basically, they can 5-man here and then transition to top. And then they get at least 1 inhibitor, maybe 2. Because these guys then have to run this. They can't just run around here because there's wards, right? You can't fight still because Jackie Love doesn't have flash and this is almost up. So why are we fighting? Why are we doing Dragon if we're top esports? And why are we it's not Dragon Soul. Why are we fighting? Why are we face checking that brush with a Vi with no ult when we have Alistair with ult up? Okay, now we don't get any inhib and we waste Baron buff.
Successful though for top esports.
Huge wave top, wave pushing mid. This is sad. I expect better from you, Gen.G.
But as long as no inhibs fall, top can at least hold on to a little bit of map pressure. But the kills that they got in the previous fight, I think much more.
Who cares about second Drake for top?
Losing the turret is another, but no GA on Jackie. That cooldown is still not even halfway right now. And Gen.G,
that play is just completely illegal by Gen.G. What the fuck, man?
Is that there are too many threats. Corky's online, Vayne is a threat, and FaZe is monstrously fed as well.
We also it's weird because we saw some really immaculate side laning from Gen.G earlier in this game before they just decided to choke it right there.
Right now, the range is tearing top esports apart as 7,000 is just about the gold lead. Gen.G with taking that inner turret down.
The flash is about to be back up for Jackie Love, though, which means at least in these coming fights, he will have some semblance of control and keeping himself alive. But
the series would be skipped if you remove the nameplates. Nah, man, there's been some really good team fighting. Really high-level team fighting, and also really high-level macro play at the start from Gen.G. That's fake news, dude. Gen.G played the early game so well.
Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster.
The problem is, realistically, Keen is insanely slippery if he has his ultimate. Chovy is sitting on a maul, and Corky is another target that's...
Everyone's very slippery is what I'm getting. Condemn is actually buffered by the Unbreakable, and Mako just gets on out, excuse me, the Heartbreaker.
As long as you're able to hold on to some of these inhibitor turrets, though, I think you're okay as top esports, right? You're still 2 dragons apiece. The Baron is gone.
Do you watch that stream G2? On my YouTube channel, there's the full VOD in the live tab, and then there's an edited VOD that's about an hour long of the best of 5. There are highlights of me watching it.
They should hold on to the base.
One of the downsides for top, though, is that as we look...
Do I know what the Gen.G comp idea is? Yes, they're trying to create picks on Draven. And they're side laning, and they did a very, they won the lane swap basically, so they're able to get Vayne ahead so that she can actually create pressure. I don't know if I like it because there's so many conditions that had the cards had to fall right for this comp to work. And imagine if Keen was behind, I mean, he'd be fucking useless. So I don't love it. I don't love the Vayne pick. I think the Vayne pick is bait. It just looks cool when it's snowballing.
Gen.G is what I'm going to be looking towards. One more
T1 looks better right now. Disagree.
Canyon is looking.
Bream looking for objective bounty himself, though, and with the help of TN and whole top esports being spotted,
T1 has mega draft issues.
Back some of the gold, but again, remember they're leaving these other lanes vulnerable for Gen.G.
Faker also just sent it for 3 games in that series. Chovy's been fine. FaZe has been good. GA's almost back up for Draven.
2 items, but would need some magic resist of some semblance in his build because the amount of damage that Chovy's doing right now is going to whittle away.
GA was troll here.
While we have a little bit of downtime as well, it's also a good opportunity to talk about FaZe because FaZe's split wasn't that good, right? Last year came in was really.
FaZe's been good this game though.
I loved him in challenges, but I wasn't expecting him to be as consistent as he was last year on things like as Aphelios. Obviously has done exceptional, but being part of a great team, I think also makes it easier to look good. And this split, it was fine, but Viper outshone him, Gumayushi outshone him, and coming into the tournament, I was really expecting him to struggle, at least in this game, and I'd argue even in the Fnatic series, I do think we have seen him slowly kind of step up his game and get to the point. Although in
This game is actually quite a good game.
The actual 2v2, because I already see Dagger, the actual 2v2 I haven't seen too much of, but even outside of that, I
Knight's Vow on Keen. Pays is on his own. Good luck. I suppose he has Knight's Edge and GA, so he doesn't need it as much.
You know what? Fair enough.
But this is, I mean, look, this is kind of where we saw this battle taking place, was between FaZe and JackieLove, but we will have to see as the series goes on how that actually starts to pan out, because we didn't get the 2v2. We got a very messy lane swap from top esports. So if I'm Gen G, honestly, coming into this, I go, right, well, screw your 2v2. We clearly know how to lane swap better. Let's just play to that. But Lahen's spotted here. Top esports trying to get position for Dragon in 20 seconds.
You know, I'd be more concerned about Chovy right now as well, because coming in, that was the matchup we talked about being favored for Gen G. And even though Cream has had some of these good fights on the Akali, Chovy's damage shows that he has to go first. Flash available for both mids. Flash available for both 80 carries. We're gearing up for this Dragon. That's in 3 seconds as Gen G are walking in with Cream off on an angle.
GA for JackieLove, flash for JackieLove. Can Gen G get access to him?
They want this objective bounty so bad. Dredgeline doesn't connect though, and over the wall. It's not stolen. Canyon tries, he flashes away. Cream.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck is Gen G doing? What are we doing? What did we just forget? This is up in 16 seconds. Like, set up vision, force them to walk in. Oh my god. Why do we give so many shits about these ocean drakes, Gen G? It's gonna take them forever. Just fucking win the game. Kenny's like, I'm gonna steal it, guys. Q's in, flashes out. I mean, 369 can't survive versus this composition, so that's the positive part, I guess. Do not throw him in there. Oh my god. That was actually good. They CC'd Mako, and then Lahen's flashed over to CC JackieLove and then punts him out. So it ends up being really good, actually. All right, fair play to you, Gen G. You saw the play. You saw the play. Now you get free Baron. All right. I see you. It worked. It was dumb, but it worked.
Because without Mako and 369, you don't have a front line. Gen G just going to run straight to the Baron. That's going to be theirs, and Inhib sure to fall following this. And top esports, not enough.
Did Lahen's really have to flash there? Yes. He kept JackieLove entirely out of that fight. Look. Hook is down now. So you re-engage. So the reason why he flashes is because he wants to have W to punt him out. JackieLove's the only threat. Cream is useless. So you basically are able just to just get him out of there. Remember, FaZe has exhaust, so he's able to exhaust Cream as he goes in. So he doesn't do anything. And now you get, it's so worth it. It's so worth it to flash there.
This time they get the Dragon, but I don't think that's a price you want to pay, because without Mako and 369, you don't have a front line. Gen G just going to run straight to the Baron. That's going to be theirs. And
well, they saw the play, guys. I still think you do the safe thing and just the minion wave is at their inhib turret. Like, their inhib turret is 50% HP from the minion waves that have just been repeatedly smashing their faces into it. So, I mean, I don't go for the Drake there. I go for inhib into Baron. But you know what? You won the fight. You're going to win the game, Gen G. Fair enough. I still think it's silly to try for the steal. But the thing is 369 can't live this game. You know, he is in big old trouble. Right?
It's annoying when you can smell the meat, but you can't cut it, right? And when you can't cut it, and you have to look at it the entire time.
I think going Iceborne here is kind of troll.
You just think, man, I wish I could do something about that. Anyway, I'm hungry, Dagdo. Run this through.
Yeah, but I mean, it's anti-synergy between top esports on the left and right hand, so giving them
Also, what the fuck is he doing moving forward right there? Yeah, 369 actually just trolls this fight. See, this is the thing, is like, if 369 doesn't troll right there, who knows how this goes? You might as well just take the inhib. Iceborne's a bad item here for Cassante, though.
stop him killing our people.
Three things there. 369 being so far behind. So
Now we have 2 GAs.
shredded immediately.
Corky has a GA.
Able to sync up with the rest of his team in their hands. If they can't kill Jackie Love, if he's not autoing, you're probably still
Jackie played really well this game. I mean, this was the kill Jackie Love mission by Gen.G, and he managed to only die 1 time, which is very impressive.
Definitely exemplifies the pointers. Now the siege begins with that range that we've been talking and seeing all game long from Gen.G. Top esports on their last legs here. Almost 10k goal behind, and Chovy continuing to do things like that. And Chronicles, I'm glad you mentioned the package. Still up there, still zoning TES away from this next turret. Yeah, useless. He's out. Guess what? Gen.G will still get this in the end. The ultimate from Jackie Love's good, but Jovy's damage.
The thing is, even though the siege, the hilarious part of this game, guys, is even though this siege is so bad from Gen.G because it's like Corky and 4 melees, Top Esports also can't stop it because they have 5 melees. They have fucking Draven Akali. So like, who is supposed to clear these waves? Their wave clear is so shit. That Gen.G, under normal circumstances, Gen.G's composition should never be able to walk up like this, but in this one game it can, and it's very funny.
Open their mouths, and quickly it's shut in an instant. Once again, as the dredge line comes through, the
It's really weird in this meta to see like 2 low range comps.
Shuriken lands, wait, Chovy might die, but no! Pays gets the last auto before he drops himself.
I mean, Chovy can't die, he's got GA out.
Separates this Kalista, they need more damage. Jackie Love sent packing again as Dredge Line forces the flash out from Keen, but Canyon with the re-engage and the Vault Breaker. TES.
Corky poke is so brutal.
Slowly but surely as Paige flashes forward, feels himself at MSI, and Gen.G with the brain.
That Iceborne buy is very puzzling. I mean, maybe, do you win the Vayne 1v1 with that, maybe? I don't understand the Iceborne, guys.
It's a dominating performance by such an impressive team.
I wouldn't call Gen.G low range. They have Corky. Dude, it's so awkward to have 4 melees in Corky. It's so awkward, guys. I don't know what to tell you. That's a weird comp. Just weird.
There was another problem, and it was a tiny, annoying Yordle in an airplane. And he's gone. He's taken out, not allowed.
Yeah, really good combs every day. I mean, I'm glad it's taken away. Top Esports doing their due diligence. The blue side here. Kalista also taken away as a blue side ban, which is not something you see every day, unless you're TES that love.
You never win the Vayne 1v1? I don't think so. I'm just trying to figure out, because like when Vayne has Ghost, like it seems very hard to ever win that, and Iceborne ain't going to help you. I'm just wondering why you built it.
Also not banned away from Cream.
Yeah.
This is the other
Is Kalista melee? It's effectively melee. When I say melee, I mean low range, right? Especially in terms of sieging. Kalista is a melee champ when it comes to sieging. Okay, so no Lucian bans. We're going to give Jackie Love Lucian. That doesn't feel good, so we're definitely... All right, so let's see if we can predict how this goes. Lucian, now in these picks, we... Aphelios Lulu, because this is what Gen.G does every time. Obviously, Nami, they're just going to let him have it because Gen.G doesn't care about letting teams have the Lucian. And they see the Corky, Aurelion Sol, and Kalista bans, so they take out Varus, Jin Zhao, and Senna. Jackie Love, obviously an amazing Senna player. So it's definitely them. This is definitely Gen.G saying, we want to handshake you, Lucian, because of the AD carry bans. If they're banning the Varus, right? Varus, Kalista are getting banned, and Senna, then basically you're saying we are handshaking Lucian for Aphelios Lulu. Now, Gen.G is very good. So basically in the early levels, so top is going to have to lane swap off, probably, is my prediction.
I hope you guys like Zeri Lulu. Ooh.
It's not Zeri Lulu. It's going to be Aphelios Lulu.
Aphelios Lulu is the other flavor.
No, this is the main flavor. This is the flavor that Gen.G played in the 2-0 sweep in the second round robin that they had versus T1 in the regular season. They gave T1, they baited them into Lucian Nami both games. Then they played Aphelios Lulu. They smashed them in lane and they won the game. It's definitely not Zeri. This is not what Gen.G plays into Lucian Nami.
No, it's like a little chocolate sprinkles in there.
They win this lane super hard. We don't think, we've been critical about Pace and Lehen's laning. They are very good at this lane. They are very good at this matchup. So we are going to have to see the lane swap off. They're going to go ahead and take the Sejuani away because they don't want Canyon to have it. Canyon was pretty not great last game. I hope we get to see the Maokai. They're going to ban Cream's Tristana again, and Hui, which has a favorable matchup into Azir. Cassante going to get banned as well. So Rumble? They play Lee Sin?
Kind of reliant now
All right.
on Keen to be your main sort of engaged tool, unless Canyon is just him and can consistently make these kicks work, which I'm not saying he is.
All right, Cream's Ari is up. It was banned last game. Was a little bit shaky earlier in the tournament. Renekton.
At least you know for top esports, they are full mid-game now, double downing in it. With 369 going back to an oldie, but a goodie, he used to play a ton when he joined the LPL.
I'm wondering if you go like Ornn here. Ornn,
Are you doing the NAEU match after this? Probably. I'm going to eat dinner first, and then I'll do it.
And we saw it in the last game as well. All
right, Twisted Fate is up, so we're just going to opt into TF. Feels like a lane swap angle for top esports, unless they want to get bodied in the first couple levels in the duo lane.
Of this tournament.
Very convincing winning game number 1 with the lane swaps, but now it's down to the story of game number 2 and what have Genji brought to the table.
You can hear every time LPL suffers, the gyros get louder. Every time the team needs more support, Chengdu continues to erupt, and TS need it for sure. Another TS style of composition. Definitely to be sure here.
Okay, Chovy is playing Graspazir because he needs to be the primary engage for this team. Now, the last time they played Aphelios Lulu was in the finals versus T1. They lost that game. They had to protect the Aphelios comp, but they decided to engage with it instead of protecting the Aphelios. But he has Grasp, so he can actually primary engage. He will probably go Arm Guard second into Zonia. And Keen is good at the TF. Sejuani Renekton, super powerful lane, though. So we'll see if they opt into the 2v2, because the 1v1 in top feels pretty good with Sejuani ganks for top esports.
Obviously has an incredible amount of damage with the rest of his team, so it is understandable even with
yeah, Graspazir is definitely the play here.
Base damage nerfs that came through.
I'm gonna wolf down some food real quick, guys.
He will be dealing a little bit less damage. We have actually seen these Azirs become such a menace. There's also 2 different styles where you can actually build like Leandris into an actual tank, and we've seen you just go Grasp, but then you do go for a more damage-oriented build.
I think this will be the more tank-oriented build, though, because as we highlighted, look, you don't have the best of engage tools coming in onto Gen G, and one of the reasons why we started to see this tank Azir build come to fruition was that you could play that engage style, slide and glide in, get the swoop and boop, knock people into your team. And if Chovy's able to survive the initial outburst, he should be in a decent spot then to try and help carry these fights. And with Pays on this Aphelios, the late game opportunities in these team fights that Genji have from a sheer damage quantity perspective is sky high.
Maybe that's exactly what you need, right? We don't have any hard engage in the end. We have a lot of scaling from Genji, but Chovy acting as that intermediary sounds right about where he needs to be. As for TES, you can see these lanes going decent in sides. Keen, of course, outranging as you'd expect, but bottom side, level 2 hit first, heal burn onto Pays. They just exemplify further.
Interesting, they got 2 first. How did this happen?
We have a lot of scaling from Genji, but Chovy acting as that intermediary sounds right about where he needs to be. As for TES, you can see these lanes going decent in sides. Keen, of course, outranging as you'd expect, but
that's super. They're 1 minion away from 2.
Bottom side, level 2 hit first, heal burn onto Pays. They just exemplify.
Carry these fights that you could play that engage.
Interesting. That usually doesn't happen.
Knock people into your team. And if Chovy's able to survive the initial outburst, he should be in a decent spot then to try and help carry these fights. And with Pays on this Aphelios, the late game opportunities in these team fights that Genji have from a sheer damage quantity perspective is sky high.
Maybe that's exactly what you need, right? We don't have any hard engage in the end. We have a lot of scaling from Genji. But
the thing is, this is another game where it's going to be dangerous for Jackie Love to step forward, because once Keen completes Rapid Fire Cannon, the gold card is going to be mega. Right? He has cleanse, though. Funky Pharaoh. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
Chovy acting as that intermediary sounds right about where he needs to be. As for TES, you can see these lanes going decent in sides. Keen, of course, outranging as you'd expect, but bottom side, level 2 hit first, heal burn onto Pays. They just...
So you can see they're just 1 minion ahead. 3 casters in a melee. So he's get 2. Good job by top.
Almost to the death. He's got Severum, but he's going to need more healing than that to get through this.
That's an answer right there. That's just not allowed. You know the level 2 spike is coming. Pays and Lahens were aggressively contesting.
Normal lane.
But not in time. Exactly, normal lanes.
It's interesting. Like I said, normally they've done very well in this matchup.
We already talked about Gen G and the relative lack of
That's huge because now they should have an advantage in top side too. And the Sejuani can gank top.
To which extent Top Esports is going to have a great red. Obviously, Tian has his ultimate, but outside of that, I think a lot of this is again going to come down to who gets the early leads as Canyon and Tian.
He's had to go back.
With the Q execute.
Wait for it. Okay, patience is there. The Q sets it up nicely. Tian trying to get it off the tip here, but no one here to support as Canyon keeps getting in his face because the laners are preoccupied.
This is good though. This is good by Canyon. He's making sure that the Sejuani can't do anything so the TF can keep pushing and using the range advantage.
Can move on towards this bottom side if he wants to.
Oh my god.
He's been spotting him out there as well.
Canyon plays that very well.
369, at least having Tien here, should be able to get some of these creeps underneath the tower.
This is something that goes back to when Canyon still played with Showmaker. Mid lane prio, look for the early invades. Back then, was mostly to generate really big farm leads. This time around, it's just to apply pressure and keep the Sejuani on the back foot.
And Canyon knows he's won.
This is how I like Gen G to play though, which is like really aggressively around top side.
Still a push in mid, so Canyon can rotate across and contest with Chovy to try and look for this Scuttle Crab contest. Although actually, I take that back, sorry. Bream has pushed in mid, so should be Tien favored here.
You say that, Canyon does go to his blue, spotted out on the rotation as well as Tien now gets in his face, but Canyon has smite advantage. Tien has just used it as 369 tries to get a better trade up in the top side. Keen going to take PTA here as 369 falls into the matchup and at least get something back for the Renekton, although not as much as you'd hope for. Getting something down on Acropolis down as Big Dope pays. Might be dead. Lightsling and flushed away from, but Jackie loving the 2v2 cleanses.
Nice job, cleanses the root.
Goes over to Mako. He resets his land, finds Little Land to get the kill.
He was going crazy in bot lane apparently.
He's close to getting enough damage himself, but a 1-for-1 with both AD carries dropping down.
Wave state, I think,
that was funny
there for Top Esports, but both kills go to the support. Both supports actually are the ones that end up getting the kill. Flashes used by both. Jackie also no cleanse. Right from the get-go, explosiveness in the bot lane.
We've been thinking about this all wrong. We thought it was Jackie versus Pays, but it's Mako and Lahend trying to show who the real carry is. But Canyon, good read here. Knowing that Tien wanted to try and come back up towards this top side to help out 369 crash the wave. So going to be there to support Keen, make sure no dive can happen.
Big thing there, of course, with the Renekton is that even though you don't win the trade that we saw earlier on to Keen, Sejuani Renekton so insanely strong and very, very quickly setting up the permafrost as we're taking a look at this bot side play.
Great bubble from Mako, catches Pays.
Yeah, that's a good point, Lord Parasite. Pays has cleanse too for the late game,
just enough damage on Lahend,
but it doesn't do anything for him in this situation unless he gets bubbled, I guess.
In the early laning phase, you get to see it there.
Now we're mid. I mean, both mid laners are getting pretty low. Mana bar expleting as well. I hope that's a word as Mako gets another Acro Prison and Lahens just fights it off.
But not really.
Both supports move in.
But not really.
He's now with Infernum getting the push as they play the 1v1.
Yeah, it doesn't remove the bubble.
To see what the early objective contests are going to look like.
It may drop you faster though. It may slow down the CC by a little, or like speed up the CC a little bit.
Teleport does mean that for Top Esports, there's actually an opportunity here to play a little bit more aggressively on the map. Normally,
yeah, bubble is stun, isn't it?
We have seen a lot of teams just have him back.
It's one of those things about League of Legends, guys, where it's like it looks airborne because but it's not. Because this game has extreme readability issues.
Meaning that Canyon can just take these grubs.
And because you're still waiting for Cream to get in towards mid and get priority there as well, Tien going to look for the reset, but it means that these top side growth.
What a silly game this is.
Tien really gets into position,
I would like some internal consistency to this game. If the rules could follow the visuals, that'd be great.
Doing a really good job of playing off these pushing lane states and top side to get these early objectives and still be able to contest top esports.
I think for again, the onus is on top to find these type of picks.
Well, remember, Chovy reset, so there might be an advantage. The pick setup is beautiful.
Objectives and
Canyon is pretty cocky doing this. Chovy has no TP. Chovy is back. He gets greedy for a third grub.
Pushing lane states and top side to get these early objectives and still be able to contest top esports.
The real problem here is he doesn't get greedy for third grub. He gets greedy for crab. He literally can ward hop over this wall. Oh, Canyon.
Again, the onus is
Canyon's
on top
having
to
some
find the
face-checking
sound
problems in
effects.
this series.
Reset, so there might be an advantage. The pick setup is beautiful. Canyon flashes away.
Oh, he finally did it.
New jungler of Genji
But it cost him his flash
out the back of the
for
wall
Crab.
and get out with the objective and no kill.
Really good stuff there from Top Esports to at least get the flash from Canyon, push him back, may even look for the follow-up play. As you can see, TN is going for the Scuttle Crab, but Cream still hovering to see if Canyon is going to show his face past his own jungle line.
Jovi's probably like, where is my mid laner? Ward's
There
locked
he
in.
is.
Jovi does have the level advantage.
The pink ward is out of range, but he has his trinket up. That's why he
needs
ward
to
jumps
find
later.
stacks, man, like he needs the health. He needs the stacks.
It's not about the pink ward. It's about the fact that he has a trinket ward up and could easily get out of that situation, but instead he walks without Chovy there into river, into Sejuani Ari, which is quite punishing.
Maybe just wanted to set up for a second grass stack. The bubble again, culling block. Those minions. Genji's lifeblood right now as Pays safe from the damage.
These bubbles from Mako, though, have been so clutch in this bottom side, continuously catching on towards Pays, and sure, they're culling down, but still a little bit of damage done. Top Esports going to reset on the bottom side. 369 in trouble, potentially on this top side, as Canyon here to support Keen again on the push-outs.
Not in the perfect spot. Canyon just backing away for now. Cream also moving from mid, so Canyon paying respect.
I think 369 also had an inkling as, oh,
Big wave used.
Cream spotted.
And he's found Keen instead, just goes to the top lane, it goes to mid.
Why are we just all walking in here?
Gets the electrocute out, but 369 is not pulling a flash, not pulling an ulti, and Keen Summoner is going to be the end trade.
Still got the ghost.
Oh, they gotta play to mid for it.
In the long lane, if Keen is pushed up, Chovy sees Mako arrive, but Azir, notoriously slippery, also does look like it is going to be...
I mean, I like how Canyon's playing around topside.
To start with.
And 6 Void Grubs are going to be huge for them in the split push, the 1-3-1. For TF and Azir, because Chovy will definitely side lane on Azir, because that's what he always does.
Because of that, so I'm curious to see if this is going to continue, where Chovy kind of gets to farm and be that late game menace, or if Cream is going to find success on these roams, because it feels like that's what Top Esports need. They just haven't been able to find it quite yet.
What's Genji's way to win a team fight with this comp? Hard to engage without personal mega plays, i.e. Azir or Lee. No, I mean, Azir engaged with the Grasp Azir if he has arm guard quickly. You go Leandri's arm guard Zonia's. It's not terrible. It's pretty consistent. But you can also just create picks. I mean, realistically, I think they just want to get mid and top ahead and then just split push. Top Esports actually responded very badly to the split push last game. It's just that Genji didn't continue split pushing for whatever reason.
Really struggling. But the overall pace of the game is still very low, and that's something that any Genji fan knows, that they are always going to be happy about when it comes to the mid to late game, the skirmishes, the movements around the map. This team...
Am I more excited about PSG G2 or T1 versus BLG? Well, I think G2 is going to stomp PSG. I think PSG is like not very good. And so definitely T1 BLG.
All for the dragon move. Pink is still coming down. Canyon's still down here, but TS on the ward are going to start this off.
369 is also shifted down from top.
Just set up for grubs, Genji. Just don't do this. Canyon, no. Okay, this is being annoying. All right, time to go for grubs now. You actually care about grubs. Void grub up is way better for you.
Genji looking for the pick off the backside. Arctic Assault is now up.
Big thing though is Genji, they do not get the dragon. There's no one waiting. Jackie's fine. But that is, again, a couple of minions lost to 369, going over in that roam. And it's those continuous moments that have, even with the gold lead, going very heavily towards Jackie and Mako, thanks to their great
Hey, BLG to win, desperate for the night trophy best of 5. I know, man. Me too.
Even though it's mildly in favor of Genji. But again, Genji, when it comes to the mid to late game, that's always what they're going to look towards. We also see Keen, particularly once you get that Shiv, the pressure of this TF is going to become even more obnoxious to deal with. I think 369 right now, this is where you want to look, right? Level 9 got maxed out on the...
What shows are this week? I want to hear a Genji BLG preview. Well, Power Spike right after the game's end, and then Summoning Insight on Monday. So if BLG wins, you will hear that.
It's Jackie Love who will lose a wave on bot side to make this play happen, as he has been spotted.
Should just miss out.
No Canyon's here.
I mean, 4 for the LCK champions. TN trying to deny, stop from giving 5 or even 6. Canyon just backs away. The job already done, the experience already gained. Remember, he is up a level right now comfortably. so are a lot of people I'm looking at. I mean, I even see Chovy with a constant lead, and a second turret plate about to be gathered here as Cream walks up to him, wants the charm, misses that. Jackie Mako like, man, we need to play some tempo heaven. Into Keen, the culling comes out. He gets forced away, and that's the starting trade for TES as Canyon takes the Sonic wave. Nothing more going to happen of it. Just, again, more pressure added up to try and stop the rush.
Meanwhile, though, in bot side, FaZe actually has Crescendum, so they are farming plates down there.
Yep.
Only
TL Fnatic will come probably after dinner
make sure
tonight if I'm not too tired.
Make sure
We'll
that
see.
Jackie and Mako don't get too much free gold off of this topside turret.
They should be able to get a good amount, though. Canyon is the only one here. Keen has completely abandoned it. Looks like they're going to look for the dive on 369 instead, with Keen having that ultimate to get in towards the play. There is no real way for top esports to get down here because no teleport available for Cream.
I mean, we are going to see Destiny use in the meantime, but the wave is cleared out. 369 has a counterplay massive as turret still falls on down, but 369 has the ability to flash kills, so Keen's out. The turret ends up being the first for Gen G.
Still successful play for Gen G, though, because they were mainly looking to get that turret. Cream was also roaming towards the bot side, so Gen G don't want to extend the play. Renekton is insane. There goes Chovy.
Different Chovy sends Cream backwards, and Chovy's just out after a turret shot, trying to steal back the blue, but...
I love how annoying Canyon's being this game.
TN is getting another World Champions beef.
That's so disrespectful from Canyon. That is his weak side of the map. He's the one who should be careful. He's just like, no, yoink, mine. Immediately backs on it up. And top esports, they don't even get the tower. They're worried about the reset from FaZe and the Hens coming through with that first item completed, being able to move up into this top side and contest them. So instead, they're going to look for the reset. So in the long run, 369, yes, gets a little bit of CS and experience back against Keen because he managed to collect the wave on bot side, whereas Keen went for the dive. But
Breeze on bot side right now.
winning on the map.
I mean, I'm just looking at the individual gold leads. You can see over 369, thanks to King's passive. Jungle lead is starting to pile up with Canyon taking over on his classic Lee Sin again. Then I'm looking at Chovy and Cream, as we saw in the lane, as you guys mentioned, Cream, when he wasn't in that said lane, was starting to lose out on CS. Like, we are also seeing that starting to pile up with Leandri's picked up now already. By Chovy, he's doing 132 CS at 13 minutes again.
And though this time we did get to see the 2v2, and Jackie Love and Mako really got the better there.
Yep.
Because of the plays that Gen G have made around the map, I think the gold was like 700-800 gold for Jackie earlier, has now gone down to only 500. And it's just the way that Gen G move around, play around these waves and these turrets.
In the isolated 2v2, though, I still give it to Jackie Love and Mako. And that's why I was surprised to see Jackie Love and Mako open on top side. Yes, you will match FaZe and Lehens, but I think you want to look towards Dragon in 55 seconds time. So they send Cream top, doesn't have the TP, but can nearly easily clear waves. And Jackie Love and Mako kind of look a bit lost. They clear out mid wave, you don't have a wave to play for mid turret plates off. So instead now, they're going to clear out this wave and try and look for the Rift Herald spawn that has just come on.
I think the thing that's most oppressive here is that Gen G just give no options. Like, a lot of other teams will walk into top esports for the cross-map play, or they'll walk into pockets of vision that have been so intelligently set up. This is why, I guess, Gen G in the past, maybe, is this their strongest form?
Does Ruler fit this Gen generation? Yeah, absolutely.
Deadly showing, just like it was against Fnatic.
I agree. 1-to-1 at 14 and a
I
half
mean,
minutes.
FaZe,
Deadly
they just need
defense.
guy who press
No
buttons
escape
good. They don't need him to shot call or anything like that. So I think there are probably, you know, Viper, Ruler. These guys would be upgrades on FaZe.
Yeah, that's all right.
I do think, though, this is where top esports kind of are at their most comfortable, where they can try and play off of Jackie Love on illusion and lean in towards these picks on sides and make plays like this, because Keen isn't in a position where they can really step up. TN has come back out, so it's to contest on the mid wave and look for Dragon, which is just spawned.
Cullen comes through, he's just going to go under Lehens in the end, half health.
This is one of the big moments we always talk about with Lucianami. It's not really the laning phase anymore where they excel. It's these moments in the mid game. So Gen G is going to have to play very respectful. One misstep, you get burst down, and that's the end of your fight.
The power we talked about, no culling, but still the tidal wave. The ulti from TN is a
Nice dodge.
Safeguards away, re-engages, flashes himself away. The kick
What is Canyon doing, dude?
Runs on Ember to double TP. Lehens almost dead at the start of the play in front of Dragon. Pace finds TN, no smite there. Pace takes it. Gets hit over the wall.
All right, this is a fiesta. Why are we doing this? Dude, why are we so horny for dragons, Gen G?
And that's the end of your fight.
Why can't we just push mid? Why can't we just take the Herald where we have a bazillion wards? Why is Canyon so horny for these dragons? He's like flashing in there and shit. He goes in, Flashes out again. He did this last game too. What the fuck, man? What is he doing?
The kick from 369 to send him out with his pace. Runs on him, but a double T. About no culling, but still the tidal wave. The ulti from Tien is a whiff. Canyon safeguards away, re-engages.
Wait, why? What is he doing? He like kicks 369 out.
Kick from 369 to send him out with his pace.
So they basically, while they're TPing, sacrifice Lehenz's whole health bar. They use 2 ults for no reason. They get Tien, but Pays is like standing in the pit. He autoing the Drake. This is a fucking clown fiesta.
Have the health bars as Lehens run for their life. Jackie Love still with a form of engage, and Lehens gets out.
Do I know the outcome of this game? No.
The dragon was taken by Pays at melee range.
That was fucking terrible by Genji. Why? What is this obsession with getting irrelevant Drakes?
He does go down as a result. It's a 1-for-1, but that dragon steal is massive for Genji.
Big win as well, because that, I think, was one of the moments where if Top can find the target, if they get the kill on Canyon here and blow him off...
I mean, baiting the Sedge ult must have been the trigger for this. But there's just no follow-up to this play.
Chovy is already here. This fight, I think, could have looked much better. Instead...
Yeah, they're not there to get the follow-up, and so they use 2 ults before the allies even get there. And Pays is taking 1 gazillion damage in the pit.
Should have tried to be there, but instead, Jackie Love can't get in. Exactly. They give access to the pit to Genji, and Jackie Love just can't really get the...
He wanted a 5-man kick there. Okay, but, like, why? I guess it would be style points.
Has to flush immediately, and if Chovy is already here, this fight, I think...
It'd be a 4-man kick, but yeah. I hear you.
Splits, but with Tien dying, the dragon is available.
And I think it's a mistake from 369 chasing Lehens there.
Yeah.
Should have played frontline for Jackie Love. Should have tried to be there, but instead, Jackie Love can't get in. Exactly. They give access to the pit to Genji, and Jackie Love just can't really get the damage off that he wants. And it's these mistakes that people are looking at on the international stage from 369, saying, look, mate, you're supposed to be the best. You're supposed to be coming off the team fighting prowess of JDG. Where's that gone?
That's the thing. Last year at MSI, we saw 369 be... I think by the end of the tournament, plenty of people were appreciating him. But coming in, he was an underappreciated part of how good that team could team fight. He bought so much space, always knew where to be at any given point. And now Genji again, 1.5k gold lead. And with the Hextech Drake in particular, I think you're going to be feeling great about taking away this dragon from top.
And they may even take away the top turret as well from top. Top esports not in a position to really get in towards...
Oh my god.
This river.
Ah! What is this?
They've already got the push there for Chovy as well. They're playing so well around the side lane.
It starts off for Lehens. I mean, half HP TP as well. They really want this. They want to stop Genji from taking...
We could have just gotten the Herald earlier, but now we have to fight just have another clown fiesta for it.
At max range, but top esports are separated here. Lehens buys time. Also absorbs the oldie. Spells there. Cream chases. How deep are we?
Cream?
Cream, what are you doing?
What the fuck, man? Both these teams suck. Get these teams out of here.
In this game, both fights now, top esports have all in on the little Yordle, and both times it's come back to bite them at the end.
I mean, it could have gone from bad to worse, or could it get better? That's the question. With the smite swing,
Cream kind of just didn't do anything last game, but now that he's back on R, he's like actively trolling again.
Of all people, never chase Lehens. I'm swearing to God, this guy is such a troll.
He's the Singed player. Come on, you have to know it.
Exactly. And half the time, you know, you go in, you kill him, but the other half, here, Cream massively overchases.
Did I already see TL Fnatic? No.
He's whiffing the ultimate. It doesn't really matter because
we got a late start today.
Don't have the damage to actually take down. First the extension with the blast cone, then the wave doesn't actually find anyone as Keen sidesteps it. The knock up, the stun, and then the instant kills there from Lance. Just leave it at that. You can take the Herald.
Exactly. You've already won. You got what you need.
Teams attempting to hold a W without dub fumbling. Impossible. Difficulty.
I mean, you can see how
why the fuck are we running up there?
They never should have been able to pick that one up.
Raphelios was there. He could have gotten the...
Genji, I didn't know they had at 19 minutes, and they played this early game really well.
Oh, Jan.
Sonic Wave stolen, ulti used.
Nice job by Chovy. Nice vision bait.
The delivery system. I didn't know they delivered it this time, but Canyon's open all night.
The combo is absolutely insane from Genji. Considering able to get in there, Jackie Love wants to try and return.
Okay, Carling's going to bring it out. Dodges by time. Canyon's in once again. The kick is down from the last
Yep,
play.
Leandri's into arm guard.
Play with his range, but Again, that
Okay, now you don't have arm guard for Drake fight, though. And because apparently Genji must Drake fight every time, they are definitely going to Drake fight.
It's more like a friendly suggestion. There isn't really a front line on Genji. I do think Jackie is going to maintain a really high level of threat because there is no one that's going to be able to tank a full calling and just shake it up.
No,
That doesn't matter as
Chronicler, the problem is when Keen has RFC and can just walk up and gold guard him if he's in the front. If he doesn't have cleanse, you know, if he also eats Elise NQ, the threat is huge.
Yeah, let's pause. I mean, Mako might be the one who dies in the end. He flashes away, but the range comes through anyway. Pays is hitting hard. Tidal wave used. Canyon dodges away from the Aqua Prison. As Yen now flies in. He's got ult, he's got flash, and he's got a mean.
It's okay, that should be able to get them to Drake with the chunk out on Jackie Love and Mako.
Burn down the fish.
Kenya's trying to heal off of Void Blue buff. Keen is trying to take tier 1.
I hear you're both getting antsy. I hear you're both
They need 369 to be top. He doesn't have TP.
You know, coming into this, we're talking a lot
Okay,
about how, like,
now Keen can go back.
I feel like Genji always have a
And
weakness
ult
against
to
ult.
Drake.
I feel like Genji always lose that best of 5, right?
They
Now,
do.
Phenomenal game. Do not get me wrong. This game is not
Okay, good wave control.
They have overextended, and they have got caught with very little vision and may do
FaZe has no ult. Chovy's ult back up.
Things about Genji, which is why they're so good.
Wait. Oh, TF doesn't have ult, so he actually can't ult in. Just kidding. He goes back to do Krugs. He needs Krugs.
And honestly, I think it's one Genji playing a phenomenal game. Do not get me wrong, they're playing incredible, but also Top Esports not playing to the ring conditions. They have been so good at, hey, we will take the push in mid, we will set up vision.
Yeah, I think Kalista is the new bait pick, guys. That's my theory. That's what I was talking about yesterday in the G2 series with T1.
One of the big things about Genji, which is why they're so good against T1 as well, is that they have such a good capability of slowing down a game, of only playing when they decide that it is time, and I think Top Esports is really struggling at dealing with that.
I mean, look, Genji, you'd think that TS would be such a good counter matchup for them, but they have been slowed with no means to speed the game back up. And in this game particularly, once again, around Dragon, Genji are pacing themselves well. Second Dragon picked up in a Hextech Soul Rift, and Jackie Love sits mid, tries to find something. Chovy's going to get Aqua Prison, but there's no culling to come through, no means to step up again. And Genji
Very deliberate by Genji. Get the wave control. Get Zonya's Hourglass. Get Azir ult back up. Get an Azir turret in mid lane, and then you do the Drake. This is much more of Genji's control style. That was actually well played by them. They didn't opt into the Fiesta. Keen was farming Krugs because he needed to get RFC. RFC is a key item in this game to control Ahri and Lucian.
Already working with Canyon to deny Top Esports access to the mid lane turret, and Top Esports are playing a second or two behind all the time, and Genji are defending perfectly.
Canyon going deep though, hang on, he stepped too far forward, and Top Esports punish the
JK.
jungler.
Now he just Baron.
The takeover further has just been hit.
Perfectly.
Canyon going deep.
Canyon's just face checking every brush. All right.
Top Esports punish the jungler. You'd expect the
Why are we doing this when all our vision is bot side and our TF is bot side? Don't you think it'd be a better use of jungler resources to cover? Invade and cover the push and bot? I don't know. Whatever.
Be able to, at the very least, apply some pressure here towards the mid lane. They still don't want to overextend, though.
Top Esports doesn't have enough damage with their comp to do Baron.
You can see, I think this is one of the big points that makes the TF so valuable. It's that at any point, you think if you overextend, if you step forward, because ideally, if you kill the enemy jungler, at least posture towards Baron for something.
Nah, you can't do Baron with Ahri, Lucian.
Won't be punished.
I think it's also how well Genji have controlled side lanes, right? You would ideally like to have Cream in a position where you can group 5-man mid, outnumber Genji on that mid lane turret, but Keen has done a really good job of putting that wave right into that tier 2 on bot side, so Cream has to go and deal with it. You haven't had the push for 369 on the top side either, so there's a little map pressure to really draw Genji out from the turret lane underneath this mid lane turret.
Lucian is the anti-bait pick for this turret, lane bully. Well, he's a lane bully after 3. Yeah, just needs to make it to level 3, which you can lane swap off of. Yeah, I mean, Lucian is obviously very high priority right now.
Items that are stacking up on these carries, we wanted to give more time to. 3 almost there for Paige. He's got the pickaxe and be advancing shortly. You can also see Chovy.
edge done for Jackie Love.
With Donya's and Warden's mail already in the kit.
Yeah, that's going to be the Frozen Heart next, I imagine. This is, I think, a big window for Top, because right now, Pace, because he's behind, sitting on 2.5 items, Jackie has his IE done. Once you get to the later stages of the game, I think it's going to become much harder for him to have a reliable impact. And one of the issues we talked about earlier...
What happened to Caitlyn? Caitlyn's mid game is shit. It's also very predictable. You know, Caitlyn pushing. Might see it come back, though. We'll see.
No, but the Aqua Prism won't do enough. Jackie Love has to flash away and leave his support behind. TES beating this, but into a choke. Pace is free firing with Infernum. 369
Pace cleanses the charm. Wow. Good play by Genji. Good pick on Mako. Chovy has Zhonya's, though. Yeah, you actually shouldn't engage on a Chovy. He has Zhonya's. Now your jungle is chunked, so they just get Baron. That was actually really bad by Top Esports. You know, they're playing as though Chovy is not Grasp his ear. He's getting Warden's Bale now. He's going to go Frozen Dart. Or, I mean, yeah, Frozen Dart. That's what I meant. Because he's just going to shuffle in, so he's close enough to apply the aura, and then Zhonya's.
Yeah, a little bit. They will lose their top side to Genji, though, as Top Esports, and now a Canyon back out in the Rift. They're just immediately going to start this up again. Chovy keeping Jackie Love and Mako out of the picture, pushing in this mid.
Thoughts on why no team has used? I don't know what that means.
He's at 2.8k HP. He is genuinely tanky as Genji started the objective.
Well, he's got flash available as well, and I'm watching him running in for the steal. Tien is denied, kicked away. Chovy the tank again, happy to absorb. It's level 16. He rears his head in, jumps on it, and we're back in service. The preacher, the minister, the deity himself sends up for an easy double. 369.
All right, Genji got stupid there for a minute at second Drake, but then they decided to get smart again. This whole sequence was very well played by Genji, and also Top Esports really overextended onto... Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Chovy sidesteps the bubble nice. Damn, nice.
And a team fight for Genji in front of Baron is what they deserve.
Baron taken, and Genji decide to still take the fight. Cream completely unable to join thanks to Keen's zoning. And Chovy sweeps in, finds the one member that maybe could have pulled TES through. And that is looking like Genji taking over this game as well.
And it's the patience from Chovy. He gets the flash from 369 because he says, look, if you don't go, I can get this.
Cream getting absolutely bopped. 3k gold down.
He doesn't go for the proc. He knows he's got bigger hunts on the menu. And it's Jackie Love that he wants, and we'll get to see it here. Kick from Canyon keeps Tien out of the pick. But watch the split. Genji and 369. He's caught behind the Emperor's Divide as well.
Don't really get to abuse Fog the way you normally might as Kane. Going in.
I mean, Kane just teleported himself, though. Hang on a minute. He runs into the fodder himself, and Top Esports take a small win yet again. With the Baron pushing in, though, it has to continue his title wave. Finds hands, but not Pace. Look at him stepping up. Now I believe he has 3 items and cares not what you think.
Okay, we're just going to back off and fly some mid. Okay, nice. All right, we have a Zero turret. We have a cannon minion. We can just take the... Just send Canyon to go take the Drake.
Still a tank. I've got to remind everyone at home. Flash or no flash, that guy is still struggling to die.
He has frozen heart.
Okay, leave. Leave bot.
Okay.
Nice, nice, nice. Really good sequence from Genji. All of that was great.
Chovy, up until this point, has only played Corki and Asol. And the Azir was just sitting there waiting. Top Esports rather used 2 bans on taking away the picks that we've only seen him up until this point. He's like,
Play it slow. Genji should just play it slow.
I don't care.
They had a 5,000 gold Baron power play. They should just play for vision. They should just be ultra boring. They should just be ultra boring for the next while and try and take Hextech Soul. Let's not do anything stupid. Yep, take their jungle, get vision control. Yep. Okay, you don't have Baron buff anymore. Please do not overpush. Okay, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay, we got some Aphelios turrets up. All right, we're settling in for the siege. I don't think you should go for this. Okay, Jackie Love is free to do that because he doesn't see Keen with rapid fire cannon. Okay, so they are able to take this. Use redemption. Okay, push the wave. Oh, they see Redemption there. All right, all right. They have Void Mites.
as they push in for the wave. You can see Tidal Wave forces Canyon to get on out of there. 369 with a flanking angle, but
All right,
he's like, no
super
way
well played
am
by
I
Gen G.
touching that. The base now open, and Gen G one step away from moving to an E.
Okay, he stopped Renekton. Maybe not the champion you want a gold card right there. Doesn't matter. All right, all right, all right, all right.
But Gen G is so clean right now.
We're TPing back in with Chovies is here. This is all good.
As a bridge to a game 3, as a bridge to that upper bracket, and continue the crusade.
All right, we're trying to be a hero. The hero play works onto Jackie Love. All right, do we just win the game now?
From Gen G, as they wipe the floor with top esports yet again. Let it be known.
All right, this has all been super clean by Gen G. Wow, very impressive.
Blowing the water out of this series, and Gen G has silenced the crowd once again.
That was giga clean, guys.
30 minutes, calculated League of Legends, and I'm getting excited for LTK's first seed.
Super clean play by Canyon onto Jackie Love as well. Jackie Love dies with both thumbs up.
As a bridge to a game 3.
It's hard to play Lucian here. The Lucian bait was really good, I think. Yeah. Kick flash. Canyon into Jovi, baby. Yeah, he just turned into Austin Powers. Hysterics just turned into Austin Powers for us.
Gen G is performing internationally. Gen G is blowing the water out of this series, and Gen G has silenced the crowd once again in yet another game. 30 minutes, calculated League of Legends, and I'm getting excited for LTK's first seed. I don't know if I should say it, Chronicler, but man, this team looks good.
Party in the Bramble Pit. That's a throwback to one of my old streams. Do you have his ultimate counter to Lucian in mid-late game too? Yeah, it looks really good.
He started winning LCK titles.
Cream's getting fucking crushed, man.
He has not stopped. The first
All right, it was a little. We had some whoopsies from Canyon. We had some whoopsies from Canyon the last couple of games, but you know what?
Was a lot of hype, and he just did.
We got somewhere eventually.
Match point as TES have to climb back for the reverse sweep. The upper bracket, such a nice.
Party in the Bramble Pit. Yeah, that was the slow down drunk Rivington. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, here we go. It's actually from my stream, 2015. Wow, you guys have a long memory.
This is a lot of people close to each other. Maybe we get a fight here. Party in the Bramble Pit!
Why is Freak canceled?
Oh, this
YouTube is ridiculous.
A lot of people close to each other. Maybe we get a fight here. Party in the Bramble Pit!
I miss Rivington. He's so funny. I Will Dominate was part of the Party in the Bramble Pit.
Oh, this is a lot of people close to each other. Maybe we get a fight here. Party in the Bramble Pit!
I just start laughing. That's funny. MonteCristo's greatest moment while doing VOD reviews. Wow. I didn't even do anything. I just laughed. What happened to Rivington? He's casting Valorant.
Nice run considering 2 more BO5 and you are in the final with a championship.
All right, so Gen G on match point. Time for some light trolling, obviously.
We're also from Stranger Things. Let's start this off. Lucian ban blue side because the bans are very different for TES in this game 3.
Okay, so they've decided that they do not like Lucian anymore. They decided that even though they banned TF, they themselves do not like Lucian. So Varus Callista, we swapping it up? Okay, yes, Varus into Callista. Correct. Corki is not banned this game. Aurelion Sol's still banned. Tristana taken early because it was banned out later in other games.
For Cream again, something on a bit explosive through the laning phase. that they can try and accelerate on.
It was banned out in the second rotation after Azir was taken in this position. Nautilus. All right, now we're going to ban supports. What are we banning? Renata?
I was kind of half surprised to see top esports up towards blue for a third time in a row. Not going towards red side, going, hey, we'll get counter pick for 369, try and give him a little bit of leeway on that top half of the map.
Yeah, them freak buffing Cassante is really trolled, by the way. Does Cream play A Soul? No. It doesn't really feel like a Cream champ.
Just going back towards the Senna lane when they're on the red side. So not fully surprised. Ash taken away though. Pretty much
the thing is, Chovy's also a filthy Trist mid player, so.
ADG has so many picks, but you're right, the Alistar definitely sits high amongst them historically. The Cassante banned away as well, which I'm glad to see gone after tonight. I think we all kind of realize, despite
Braum is a sick pick here for top, right? Braum is good.
369's performance in game 1, that pick is
Braum would be incredible.
pretty busted right now as Jarvan comes through for the engage for Canyon.
This is also something. Canyon basically acknowledging in Gen G that it's about Jackie Love. If Jackie Love can play, we're going to be in trouble because he's the one that mainly is going to be locked down by this Jarvan, and that combination of the package as well as the...
So finally the Rumble shows up.
And I actually think that obviously, I imagine this goes towards...
Finally the Rumble shows up. It's been taking so long.
It's been very convincing.
Oh my god. Keen's going to play Ryze, isn't he? I told you guys yesterday. People are like, hey guys, why haven't we seen Ryze in the bed? I'm like, Keen plays Ryze into Rumble. That's what I said yesterday. He did it this year. This is Keen trying to style on people 100%. I know this motherfucker. Look at this. I know these motherfuckers. They're up 2-0. He's going to play Ryze. Oh!
That is something that a lot of people were wondering if it was going to come out of the mid lane, but it is going to be the Ryze.
No, he did this already this year.
Yeah, my bad on the 369 stat. That said, though, he's going to have a hell of a time playing into Keen. We already
it is a very good lane matchup if you get the 1v1.
And this is one that he's pulled out so many times. I wonder if we're going to see a lane swap just because of this, because once the Ryze gets going...
The Ryze is so annoying into Rumble, guys. Like, the targeted route just fucks, it just fucks Rumble. Even though 369 is an excellent Rumble player. He's had some mega Rumble games this year. But, you know, the thing about it is having Equalizer into Callista Corki feels really good. You have incredible engage with the Maokai. You've got pressure in the mid lane with Tristana into Corki. Got really good engage. Maokai, Alistar engage. How could you ask for a better engage, right? You know, Jarvan, Nautilus, not bad. So, top lane, favored to Gen G. 2v2, the 2v2 in top probably favored to Gen G as well. Mid, I would say favored to top. Bot probably favored to top. But we'll see. I mean, the 3v3 will decide a lot. 3v3, I think, is in favor of Gen G because Maokai's kind of poop early. But Cream being able to roam is probably going to be huge because he should be able to pressure.
That also has great push. Is great for adapting to this new crazy meta.
Is Gen G playing a pick composition? Gen G just plays side lanes every game, guys. They can split push super well with the Ryze too. Also, I mean, Ryze still turns into a late game monster. He just becomes unkillable.
And I know for a lot of fans out there, it might sound like a cop-out, but this truly does feel like one of the smartest League of Legends teams right now, if not the smartest, as we have seen them brain diff TES in 2 games straight.
It was a massive talking point for Gen G coming into MSI.
Yeah, when Gen G actually turns on their brains in these games and Canyon isn't inting into Drake, Gen G has had far superior macro to top.
Here in Chengdu, Gen G, they're not hometown favorites, but they soon will.
They forced the Rumble take with the Jarvan pick. I think that's it too. I think when they pick Jarvan, they threaten Jarvan Rumble because they know Keen's a mega Rumble player. And at that point in time, 369 was like, okay, give me Rumble. And then obviously it was like, you activated my trap card, here's Ryze. So the thing is though, is that this is an Ignite Rumble. So actually lane swapping is going to be super good because you can respond much better with TP. And late game split pushing, I mean, if this Ryze starts get rolling, how the fuck do you play this game as top esports? Because you lose the 1v1 and you don't have TP. So actually unplayable.
quick side note as well.
Yes, J4 Rumble would murder this Varus. Yep. It was a very good trap, I think, but that was laid in the draft by Gen.G.
In a BO5 history of internationals.
And they've come close. There was 2021 when they brought EDG to 5 games. Many people after that were like, "Whew, that was a much rougher series." And then EDG ended up winning the whole thing. Dream, don't blade and gone. Takes a little bit of damage. Dismantled them in a
piece ever in the LCK.
But basically, like, even if Trist wins the lane early, which she should, I would think, against Corki, and get pressure, like, I think the longer this goes on and the more Gen.G side lanes, the harder this is for top esports to win.
Gen.G lift that MSI trophy.
TES, so at least in this game,
I know who wins, yeah. So I do know, now that I've seen the first 2 games, I do know, because I know the number of games, I know who wins the next 3, right? Which surprises me because I mean, this is really good. Now we get the level 2 advantage for Gen.G this game, so they force the flash early. Like, I actually really like what Gen.G is trying to do.
because Jackie got hooked. It's so rough. Meanwhile, Canyon on the top side is also invading.
Yeah, I was going to say Canyon also found TN, forced him off of Wolves, and now gets the Grump as well. So it's wins across the board for Gen.G in these early stages.
I love how aggressively Canyon's playing around top side, though. This is what I want to see from Gen.G at basically every game.
Top esports in the early stages.
I mean, also, Chovy got early gold as well. The trades aren't going too bad towards mid. And as Cream jumps all in, nice interaction just shown in the pudding, isn't it? Cream just gets outspaced, and Chovy continues farming with ease like he has all series.
But watch Canyon's pathing.
I have not done Fnatic TL yet. I'll do it later.
Just wants to be down on this bottom side because he knows the only thing TN can really do to turn this game around is go for some sort of play on the bot side. And there is a little bit of a free set up here for Mako and Jackie Love, so wouldn't be surprised to see him finish Gromp. Move down into
the thing too is 369 may not have a lot of experience in the top Rise matchup because this is like just a Keen thing. It's just a Keen thing.
We saw question mark pings from top esports on Canyon's position right now. Now again as well on the scuttle that's about to spawn. And not having flash is so huge because
it's so annoying for Rumble too because once the phase rush procs onto Rise, like you just can't ever close.
He needs to be respectful though. This matchup becomes only better and better. Early on in particular, you need to be really careful. The ignite of the Rumble, very happy that 369 did pick that up. Yeah. So it's one of the first things that we look for. That's yeah, exactly. That already gets you 1 star on the scale.
You might be happy now because you got the 1v1, but if this was a lane swap, you'd be very unhappy that you had Ignite Rumble.
Extreme trade again. Runs out of mana a little bit. Cream just gets the fleet and backs off as Canyon finds Tien in his own jungle. Tries to battle him out himself as Cream will jump over and give a helping hand. The sapling helps out as well. There's the flash, the full command.
Nice ward.
Of TES off with a bang and a boom and a first blood to Cream.
Disrespectful play by Canyon there.
Jungle thinks he can step up to Tien, and that 1v1 that might be okay as Mako.
We talked about the engage. There it is onto Pays. He cleanses the way before he gets struck through by Jackie Love's arrow. Heel burnt up as well. Lehens continues to trade, but Pays is the one now with no summoners, so top esports early game is kicking.
Now we get a dive on the top side. Ooh.
Kicks it off, and a second time the burn down from 369. He flashes for it as
Oh, they can't trade because of phase rush? No, they get it. Okay.
It will be traded in the top side here, but at least these lanes are really set up.
I thought Tien was going to get out there, had the phase rush, and felt like he was going to run out from underneath the turret, but not sure what happened. But still, big wins for top esports. They get the invade, get a kill, get the repeat play onto
it's a pretty big mistake by Canyon. He's playing as though Chovy has prio like he did last game, but he doesn't. So that Tristan is so dangerous early.
Even with the level 1 not going their way, they are in the end able. And again, Jarvan.
There was a time when Tristop was quite popular. Well, you know who plays Tristop? Keen.
Walked up there. And even if he did have mana, it's a Corki versus a Tristana. As the bomb is ticking, Canyon knows what's up. A way for him to get out of that.
Ends up like his father and his father's father. There were 4 of them before him, or excuse me, 3. So never met them.
Yeah, we don't
personally.
talk about the 4.
Well, as the engage comes bot side, Lehens. No, not going to be rooted down. Instead, they go for Pays. They turn the play, the trample there, the smash back. Jackie Love gets to kill the flag and drag, but it's not on the turret. As Tien walks away. Maybe one shot came through in the end. As Lehens still outrange.
Nice job by Mako.
Finally, with Jackie.
Ratien really doing well this game. Why is Pace walking forward? Oh, because Jarvan's there.
No, not going to be rooted down. Instead, they go for Pays. They turn the play. The trample.
The thing is, though, he gets comboed before Jarvan could get there. Bad timing by Genji.
No, not going to be rooted down. Instead, they go for Pays. They turn.
Yeah, he gets the stun too.
The trample there. The smash back.
They thought Canyon was going to be there faster.
Walks away, maybe one shot.
Mako, though, huge play because he's the only one who has flash on the bot side, so then he just picks up another kill with it.
Finally, when you need this bottom lane to step up further, they'll ask how high.
And of course, it's Mako on the Alistair. This is the champion. He made it.
Mako's so good, man.
The LPL, showing up now on the international stage when top esports need him most.
I love watching pro plays on Alistar. I think it's really fun.
New in this series, but Tian actually being where he needs to be, that's the big difference maker. Because up until this point, we hadn't really seen him, but here, Canyon's on his way. They're looking for a gank, but because Tian is just a couple of seconds earlier, even with Lance flashing, they're able to...
My TikToks are popping off, guys. I feel like you should know that. I feel like you should be aware that my TikToks are popping off.
A big win for top esports.
Mako now moving up here, spots Lehen,
He's
sets
just
up
everywhere.
Cream.
I mean, Lehen's wanted their own mid. Trample gets a stun down, and now that the explosive cask is there, Cream just has to get on out, but as he spaces through, Jackalove now shows up to the party.
You know what else is popping off? My Instagram reels.
Drops on down. Third kill over to Jackalove while Keen now interrupts the party. He walked on down here, still the realm warp available.
Boomer Monty popping off on TikTok. I know. That's what I got to do these days, though, man. That's what I got to do.
Going to be able to finish that one off.
One of my Instagram reels at the start of MSI has 435,000 views on Instagram alone, and it has like another 200,000 on TikTok. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Pays actually tried to set up a
I'm popping off on the Insta and the TikTok.
So Pays was waiting in brush, but Jackalove did have a vision plant, spotted Pays, and then Pays, they didn't want to take, which I think was a good call, the 1v1 that was known to the virus that is currently sitting on 3 and 0.
Yeah.
And I do think that roam from Keen is really big, because if that was another
So follow me on Instagram
top esports, it would have looked
and
really
TikTok.
rough for Genji.
GG MonteCristo.
Deficit here at 8 minutes.
Because mid again is even, isn't it? I mean, it's something we've noted throughout the series. Let's watch Lehens, who hex flashed in here without vision of top esports.
The kids love Monty.
Play though, but unfortunately comes back to bite Lehens.
Big thing here is that already the bot lane of top esports was roaming up. Specifically, the arrival of Jackalove, I think, was not really something that Genji was ready for. Just make a roaming, that's one thing. And even with the Flag and Drag not hitting, Keen arriving just in time. And that's a kill to Chovy. That's one thing that we still need to see to what extent top esports are going to be able to deal with it. Because Chovy in its alone is still doing well.
Yeah, I think this is where Chovy is definitely going to become a menace as the later this game goes on. But if top esports...
Is it analysis shorts or big moments? Yeah, exactly. They're well edited too. I think you guys will like them. I mean, you've seen them on the stream, but they're pithy. And they have like mini-map zoom-ins and shit. It's cool.
As well, feeling way more comfortable with this strong Tristan in the mid lane, something we've seen banned continuously by Genji.
It's again the benefit of Tian finding Canyon earlier on.
Yep.
As, they're looking for a contest.
Redline starts to stop. I mean, Dragon still goes down. Canyon is rooted out from the sidelines here as Fade's called to bring the play back on in. Pace is getting his support out of there, but Nature's Grasp is still going to...
Uh-oh. How did they both get rooted?
Canyon is continuously by Genji.
Are we just suiciding for unnecessary Drakes again?
Canyon earlier on. As, they're looking for a contest.
Redline starts to stop. I mean, Dragon still goes down. Canyon is rooted out from the sidelines here as...
Why are we doing this when Cream has mid-prio and they have Mount Guile? What the fuck, dude? They're so horny for dragons. Why? Just play for TP advantage late. Just power farm the Rise. Who cares? What are we doing? We have no prio. Lehens just hooks in. He's like, I got the Maokai. Mako just ults, and Pays has to cleanse flash. So now he has no way to get out of this. And then Lehens also gets rooted, even though he's trying not to get rooted. That's a yikes for me, dog. What the fuck? They're not even on this play. They're not even close to getting this. They're not even close. Kenny doesn't even spite range. This is so troll.
from the sidelines here as Fade's call to bring the play back on in. Pace is getting his support out of there, but Nature's Grasp is still...
Hey, guys, do you think we should play around Corky Package and Rise split push scaling? Herder. Or should we fight Drake with no priority and our jungler not there?
Gonna root up. Mako's here. A double knock up in the cards, but he doesn't up from the side.
It's again the benefit of
smiling.
For the first time, it feels like Top get to play their game. Continuous skirmishes here. Gen G on previous contest, they got away with it, but this time they overstep, and Top Esports punished them massively.
And the fact as well that you're getting this pressure on bot side, you're not going to take any towers. Tien gets to
Rumble has to buy Merc Dreads feels so bad.
A little bit further behind. Cream getting played to the mid lane, but may pay for it.
Flash available though, and Canyon doesn't pull any kind of trigger. The early game for the first time in this series, going heavily in TES's fashion. 2K gold lead and plays like this that Gen G are really willing to take.
Big difference here again is that Cream has cryo, Chovy doesn't have package, and they feel safe because the fact that they have lower hands feel safe to go in as aggressively, but you're playing into a Maokai. Qian just presses that Cream has cryo, Chovy doesn't have package.
It doesn't have package. Like, why are we fighting this? Who cares? It's fucking first Drake. It's first Drake at 9 minutes.
Big difference here again is that Cream has cryo, Chovy doesn't have package, and they feel safe because the fact that they have lower hands feel safe to go in as aggressively, but you're playing into a Maokai. Qian just presses his R button, and that's 2 more kills being given over. And for the first time in this series, we said, not only do Top get to play their own game, they're also actually utilizing the fact that Jackie Love and Mako...
So all good Top Esports plays are Gen G unforced errors. Yep. Basically, this is Gen G losing or trying to lose. Like, honestly, like, when they play well, they just have been fucking running circles around Top Esports. So it is a bunch of unforced errors.
And Keen, particularly once you hit the 2 spike of Rod of Aegis, as well as your Seraphs, he becomes an absolute monster, insanely hard to reliably take down. Hard to match in Silent. You already mentioned Hysterics as well. A lot of this.
Please, I want Viper to be moved to Gen G. Me too, but honestly, it's Canyon who's been trolling these games.
Not quite the TF, but it still does a lot of the similar things.
I think the pick potential from Top Esports is so good, though. Maybe to play off the mid lane push, but good vision. You can see from Gen G that ward just inside of River.
TP back up. Where are we TPing?
In the pit.
Mid.
We do get the TP
Okay. Keen STP. Just scale, guys. That you already lost one of the grubs. You already lost it.
The one to watch with all the gold of TS. The direct line starts on TN, disengaged there. Package gets backline, change corruption, hit max range though. Playing front to back with Jackie Love playing as Legolas. Canyon is in the middle of the pit, but uncontested for now. TS laugh at him. They stand their ground. They continue the fight. Health bars are low,
Okay, so they got a grub.
Jackie Love's range as depth charge follows through Lehens. Finds him, but again, no one can get near this big elf. Jackie Love continues forward. Lehens doesn't get thrown into him. Cream starts firing
Whoops.
too. And TES now play it. Every burst. Cream firing away. Toby ended
Cream's resets are so crazy.
Canyon is in the middle of the pit, but
Canyon almost gets Cream.
TES laugh at him. They stand their ground. They continue the fight. Health bars are low, but they have Mako's healing, and Jackie Love's range is depth.
Equalizer is bad,
Finds him, but again,
but Pace isn't able to auto attack until right now. He uses the ult, throws him back out.
Lehens doesn't get thrown into him. Cream starts
Cream heals a lot in this fight. Holy shit.
now play it.
Nice flash by 369.
Away. Toby ended that spot that we've experienced game after game after game. TS let their carries thrive.
Yeah, that wasn't Chovy's problem, guys. Chovy played that pretty well. He actually forced Jackie Love's flash at the start of the fight with package.
Flash available. He's the one to watch with all the gold of TS. The direct line starts
Like, look at this. He actually forces Jackie's flash instantly and then is able to W out.
there. Package gets backline, change
He takes basically no damage.
max range.
He actually wastes Jackie Love's ult too.
So, playing front to back with Jackie Love playing his leg.
The thing is, Paze just isn't here. Like they're taking this fight because they have package, but Paze is in bot side, and Cream has TP. So you're playing into Tristana bot with Cream actually having the TP.
TES laugh at him. They stand their ground. They continue the fight. Health bars are low, but they have Mako's healing, and Jackie Love's range as Depth Touch follows through. Lahens finds him, but again, no one can get near this big elf. Jackie Love continues forward. Lahens doesn't get thrown into him. Cream starts firing too, and TES now play it.
Great flash harpoon from 369.
The river was fought. Initially it looked so good for top esports, but Gen G slow it down. They buy time.
The amount of healing that Mako does is insane, and there's no follow-up in Chovy, but Cream can teleport in. So here Gen G is fighting a member down, and Paze arrives, but it's much too late when, yes, the health bars are low, but all this time that Paze is walking over, cooldowns are coming back up, which means that top esports is ready when Gen G re-engage.
And I want to shout out Mako at the start of that fight massively.
Yeah.
The fact he wouldn't get the headbutt.
Yeah, Mako's pretty huge.
Targets for top esports.
Having a better laning phase this time. It's top esports who've had their jungler primed and ready. As you said, Chronicler, Tien is actually, he's playing one hell of a game this time around. And you can see top esports benefiting off a 3K gold lead, early objectives, 5 grubs now taken on a Tristana comp. Feels damn nice.
And I want to see top esports now play very aggressively for both Herald and for Dragons. You want to keep Dragons stacking because you don't ever want to give Gen G a point where to get in the game where Chovy and Keen are actually online. Right now, that's not the case. Paze is insanely weak, and contesting any of these objectives.
Chovy just, or I mean, Keen just got Rod, so
mid lane turret and take full control of the map.
we're a ways out, guys. We're a ways out from Rise relevance.
Moving down towards his bottom side to help support Keen on that push, but top esports haven't gone for the Rift Herald. They're looking to counteract Gen G on this bottom side, make sure that Gen G can't get anything on the map.
Lahens is consistently engaged here, but again,
okay, leave it, yes.
Gen G hasn't been consistent with damage. Top esports know that, and Mako.
Chovy no TP. Surely we don't go in on this, right?
Whatever they throw, as 2 dragons get for now, Keen into the realm of. Luckily, that Alistar has no flash. Otherwise, you might be in the face of them again.
Thank you, Pedro Lito Lol, for your Twitch Prime sub. Yep, just vanished. Ugh, they wasted Maokai ult.
The fate's calling. Rather, the Tien roots twisted advance follows them downtown.
Well, this is not the greatest play, though, for top esports. Because of the Realm Warp, Chovy and Paze are just pushing without a care in the world.
The Hens played that so well. Hooks Mako to deny the CC onto the Rise, so that then the Realm Warp goes through. Canyon investing that ultimate as well to deny any sort of follow-up. And as
all right,
highlighted,
Gen G turned their brains on. They didn't fight, and they got 2 turrets for 1. They didn't quite get 2 turrets for 1. Whatever, they will get 2 turrets for 1.
So TP burned by Chovy as well, looking for the next wave, while top esports also congregate in the mid lane.
See the lane economy snapshot.
Wave clear is really hard, though. That's the thing is, wave clear is just rockets, basically, because you have to step up on Callista into Varus and Tristana poke.
Continues the chase. Jackie Love's damage cannot be underestimated as Hens takes a big chunk because of this Herald now spawning that TS group up for.
TS don't want to hard commit, knowing that Pace is his ultimate, so even if you do go in hard on Lahens, probably going to just pull him out to safety anyway. Keen.
4 is the magic number of grubs to get the might. Yeah, you get one might at 4 and 5 grubs, and 2 at 6.
Level 11, but still not where he wants to be. Same for Chovy. So top esports taking the Herald, really, really good. Got the second dragon as well. Should
well to try and support him. It's Mako looking to try and control River with Jackie Love and base. So Gen G will get to shove out this wave at least, with Keen moving in towards the mid as well. It feels like so many members of Gen G are trying to catch top esports as they look for these resets, but the little timing windows aren't quite syncing up for them just yet.
Nice.
Although a little bit close to comfort.
Unbelievable. Chovy wouldn't stand for that.
I know, man. How can you miss a cannon? I mean, look, Gen G, you know, the early game's been completely different.
Day 1 missing a cannon?
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we were actually, I remember I was joking about that. He immediately would be tilted beyond belief.
Oh, true.
Can't miss cannons.
Is that the first one in his career he's missed, or?
Definitely not. No. I wish that was true. That was
It was the second one he missed.
Second,
okay.
I mean, look, this is another problem with the game is while top esports have an early lead, and while this feels like an element of control for them in a very different state, I'm also seeing things like Corki again. I'm also seeing the Rise top as well. How side lanes are going
It's about side lanes for Genji.
I think, considering how the series has gone. And how
If TES is able to group up in Siege, then Genji's going to have huge issues.
Starting to come out from Chovy, adding extra range.
Tien, though, moving in towards mid. Wants to try and catch Genji here. At least helping Jackalope shove in. Keen being left completely on his lonesome in this bottom side, though. And again, it's kind of coming back to bite top esports, where it's map wins for Genji, despite the individual leads for top esports. But Riptail definitely going to help out in that regard.
Keen does have TP in case they try. Mako's looking for a flank.
Realm Warp's also going to come up too, by the way. As you mentioned, Mako deep in the enemy.
So the series basically Keen and Chovy playing amazing and the others taking turns inting. That base has been pretty good. It's not his fault his team decided to fight without him. They knew where he was. They knew that Cream had TP.
Make sure that Cream doesn't get the 2-for-1 special.
So though, tower for tower, in favor for Genji, you're pretty happy with. Plus, big wave loss on the bottom side. Cream though, here comes the TPs.
I mean, they're all committing onto this. He's got flash available and ulti.
This feels really hard.
Realm Warp as well. Everyone's moving up. Tien says, bugger that. Let's go for the bottom lane. As Jackie loves here. We have the
Yeah, I have close ult though.
no more of the play.
Well, you didn't get Cream, but you got a cow.
And Genji tear them apart and separate.
Big thing there is Mako.
Hey guys, look at that. We were able to use our TP advantage while 369 was bot. Woo! Woo!
Happy with plus.
Now let's just do this for the rest of the game.
Here comes the TPs.
I mean, they're all committing onto this. He's got flash available and ulti. What gets burned is the Realm Warp as well.
That's funny. If you watch this, Mako actually flashed W's to push him out of Realm Warp so Cream lives. He sacrifices himself. Good guy, Mako.
Mako pulled the trigger early, and Genji tear them apart and separate.
Big thing there is Mako does not want to give over the bounty that's on Cream, so he's the one that goes in, cancels, I think, the Realm Warp. No one on Genji actually gets to jump behind Cream, and as a result, because the Fate Skull, Lens is able to be taken out, but it's still Genji reclaiming some gold here.
And now, they're just chipping away at that gold lead that they had, and this is again just really great play. They know someone has to go bot side to pick up that wave that has been set up by Keen. So
Mako
play on top side.
sacrificed.
They realize that Rumble, as soon as he shows, well, Rumble has to be the one to collect it because Cream is showing on top side, and Rumble has no TP, so the numbers advantage is always there for Genji.
So essentially, we owe 7 Mako for his contribution to making the play not as bad as it could have been, right? Because again, the map plays that we talked about have just.
All right, Rise slowly getting scarier though.
2K gold. It was 3K before.
Seven stacks. His Seraph's complete.
The shutdown on Cream, and he becomes
He's getting scarier, guys.
Because Rumble's obviously not going to win against him, but look at his build as well. Already has played at steel caps as the Dragon is up. Top esports looking for soul point.
Feels like they need that soul point. Chovy with a package though, he starts poking out, but Tieni's ulti up in 5 seconds.
The hands on the flank.
He's going to get the flank, and there's no vision for top esports.
Mako with the engage starts off. Again, Canyon would be.
We gotta wait for this flank though. Jackie. Nice pink ward from Jackie.
They do indeed know that this.
They sniff it out. They don't know where Nautilus is, so they sniff it out. Lehens now has to take the long route, but he has Cloud Jungle, so he's a little faster. Mako marking Lehens. Good equalizer.
To spot him out, but I don't think they've spotted him. Now we'll see him on that other ward.
Chovy dodges Maokai ult and is able to. That's such a good package. Again, he gets in the back line and he's able to assassinate Yaki Love. But Cream is still an enormous problem and nobody can kill him. And now he gets resets. Well, the problem is you can kill Jackie Love, but Cream is still enormous.
Again, top or a Genji right, a tunnel on Jackie as Chovy surely to fall eventually, or teleport coming in, even with the turret there. I don't think he's getting out his.
Cream with the point blank teleport, big balls.
And now Baron begins. Not even close to the lead. Cream just able to get that, but it leads them straight to Baron. It will be the pickup and top esports.
Mako knocking out Lehens was big at the start. Yeah, I mean, Mako did a good job of marking him. They did a very good job of controlling their flanks. Right. Because they forced him to take like the world's longest path around. And Mako's job is just to mark the Nautilus. Yeah, he can't do anything, right? And Maokai ult into Equalizer is huge. Forces plays his cleanse. Keen just dies from it. And they kind of need the Rise alive to lock down the Tryst.
It ain't gonna be that 3-0. Top esports have got the life in them as Chovy runs for his life. Finally, we're seeing signs of life from TES.
Again, top, or a Gen G right, a tunnel on Jackie as Chovy surely to fall eventually, or teleport coming in, even with the turret there. I don't think he's getting out his...
I mean, oh, Jesus. Well, worthwhile for a solo kill, and now Baron begins.
Not even close to the lead.
Because Chovy actually, even with the Cataclysm, knocks them out with his equalizer, and even though Jackie goes down and Kenyon gets the shutdown, if Cream gets
Well,
the free fire,
you know, maybe we didn't want to get too fancy here, Gen G.
with the resets.
Especially with that consistent DPS coming out from the...
I feel like this was winnable if they didn't troll that Drake early, though.
Chovy to finish it off as well. Tristana going to be massive. Cole popped. Navori, Quickblade, and Hex Shrinker now means that it's going to be very...
Poindor still going the way with this Red Bull Baron power play. Properly appreciate.
Dracula with early triple kill, with early access to damage, has quickly evolved into us talking about Cream and how good he's now looking. I mean, this feels like the best game we've seen at MSI.
The fact that he's able to consistently get this control in lane for himself.
This has been a better play game by Top Esports, though.
Aren't exactly the...
Sure, Gen G kind of inted into them a little bit, but that last play was just good by them.
So having that control for himself is massive, and now he's been able to lead that into aggressive plays, finding these picks, finding these plays, and Top Esports want to try and play off him right now as they're looking for Keen.
Running Canyon on the side, not going to work. Flag and drag as TP's burned by Chovy as well. It was Cream taking out that outer turret in the top side as trying to use this Red Bull Baron power play to its limit. A minute left to go as 369.
This Red Bull Baron power play. Can't just say Baron power play. Red Bull Baron power play. Red Bull Baron power play. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull. Red Bull Baron power play.
Want those to get level 16 to try and close this out. Would it be the first time that Gen G isn't able to make it happen in the end? And Top Esports, as we already talked about as well, has a history of resilience when it comes to these best of fives.
Gen G have been defending well though. Get the push on bot side. Turds. And Top Esports, they're trying to play off of mid into top, but Gen G have great wave clear at the moment, and there's very little that Top Esports are really getting. They probably won't even get this top turret as long as this wave doesn't... Oh wait, here comes the ult.
Maybe zones them out enough, Dagger. I know your suspicion there as Mako gets the engage on the turret. The equalizer massive as well. It's a hot pot here in Chengdu, but meanwhile, that hot pot's being taken apart.
369, okay. Keen just walks on him and just roots him. And then they just hurl the Nautilus at him with Costa ult. Nice.
As the trade-off for the turret comes through with a big shutdown over to Page.
There's a warden behind them. I don't know how much Gen G want to try and chase them, but looks like they're just going to take it slow for the moment.
Gen G probably looking at King sitting on a lot of gold, almost level 15 now. Chovy has finished his spear, so not going to run the risk of losing the game there. Did still have Lance's ultimate, so I was actually looking at it as well, especially with Flash. There is a lot of effective engage range. Not going to be the case. Top Esports still expand their lead, but not able to break open these inhibitors.
So this is why I was a little bit nervous about trying to go for this play, because you do have the ultimate of the Callista, deny the Maokai ult. Yes, you get the tower, but you have to risk a lot to try and position yourself to zone Gen G away from the tower, and with the amount of ranged champions that are on Gen G, they can fight from afar as you are trying to deal with the tower without having to put themselves in harm's way. So a little bit risky from Top Esports. They do get the tower.
Sicily talk about
Tier 2 for Rumble is not a bad trade. Yeah, the local gold on Tier 2 is huge.
And
It's definitely okay. The problem is you couldn't do it more on your Red Bull Baron power play.
Gen G are still trying to make plays like this on the 369. I mean, Keen can't be killed. The equalizer comes down, but Canyon just drops his own in the pot. He will be traded off as Cream is deep in, and his free bird.
Yeah, Keen built MR, and Cream is just destroying. Oh my god.
Will be traded off as Cream is deep in, and his free bird. He ults away Chovy. The creme de la creme.
Keen flashes out, but Chovy, he just AoEs him. Lol. That was actually so well played by Cream. Look at this. Flashes forward, has the bomb, charges the bomb, right? And watch this. Charges the bomb fully, and then he switches targets to Keen for the last auto. Calculated. Beautiful.
He needed to step up for Top Esports. He needed to find find some way to put down Chovy. And what a play from the top esports mid laner.
That's a 3-for-1 play. Top esports might try it. Maybe this is what opens up the base. Maybe if Pays and Lands overstep, they're not that strong. Might even look towards the end.
Well, maybe. I mean, top esports charge in, and Cream is the damage dealer, but he hovers on the side. Rocket jumps in. One play from the international rookie, and the base is cracked.
And for Cream, this means so much to be able to play in Chengdu. A guy who came up with Oh My Dreams.
Chengdu. Why can't we say Chengdu?
In the OMG arena here in Chengdu, but
Oh, he got it the second time. Who knows how we say it?
Because the stadium was lost before he got promoted, and now making plays like this here in an arena that he would have loved to show off in the OMG colors.
Big thing here is how tanky and how much damage he 369 rather.
Such a galactically large Wang play here. Holy shit. Big dick energy.
Then goes in, gets the reset, and the explosion is what actually ends up killing Keen.
No, the explosion doesn't kill Keen. The auto attack does.
Also a Chovy, meaning he can't do any damage, then goes in, gets
See? It's right here.
the reset, and the explosion is what actually ends up killing Keen. Gen G have started the Baron?
What? Okay, we come back to life. Let's go for round two. Cream is the one we must watch, but Chovy with package. Engage on the backline. Mako can't find it, but sends Pays outwards. As 369 is just burning him alive. Gen G have 1-2. Cream is the one we must watch, but Chovy with package. Engage on the backline. Mako can't find it, but sends Pays outwards.
Good thing Pays is just in the back of the pit here. This is the desperation play.
Big match then goes in, gets the reset, and the explosion is what actually ends up killing Keen. Gen G have started the Baron?
What? Okay, we come back to life. Let's go for round two. Cream is the one we must watch, but
They have package. That's why they're trying to bait the turn here.
engage on the backline. Mako can't find it, but sends Pays outwards.
Pays gets rooted before he can actually jump out of the pit. Whoops.
Gen G have lost their 80 carry in a 5 versus 4. Baron stops. Package still there. Chovy still flashes in. Makes the hot pot round. But as he runs through, he's getting zoned out by 369.
Nice zoning by 369.
The better mid laner within this game. Lahez, run for your life. The cream of the crop has arrived versus Gen G.
The triple kill for Cream to finish it off for top esports. It looked good.
Finally, Cream has a good game this MSI. Holy moly, took a while.
Esports bounce back.
I'm sitting here starting to believe, starting to look towards Gen G from the heavens, but down there, burning through, it's still top esports in the mud, through the fires of hell. They'll make sure they go through damnation before they drop this series.
Jekyll over Mako.
All right, guys, quick pee break. Then we get in the last two games. We'll go a little faster through these ones, I think. Yeah, I thought Hysterics is having a fine cast. I'm enjoying it.
I'm 14 and this
Okay, back into it, everybody.
for game number 4. As we're already to drafts and yes, the Tristana is
The Tristana. The French Tristana ban.
and he will not find 9-0.
Oh, we're back to baiting ourselves with Callista. But we're banning Varus this time. We're just gonna try and bait out the Draven again. Crocky.
Genji lane swap.
Yep.
100% on board. But not-
All right.
not you guys.
Yeah, it feels like we kind of know what the winning formula here is. Kai, take 2, or will there be something else?
So of course, there is no Twisted Fate this time, but there still is the Vi to punish the Draven if he steps up.
It's got up his sleeve.
Kazante pick. Now we're gonna ban
True.
Renata Glask.
Here's what consider amount of counter picks
Talia.
we managed to get. Rumble still could be an option.
All right.
The likes.
Bit of an innovator, and I don't.
And it,
Later.
exactly.
yeah.
Ari, so we're banning out mid lanes.
Agreed. He's moved over towards a very different style where he is the tank player. He is providing great frontline and engage for the team fight.
Sorry, I just play. He'll just play Zir, whatever.
2v2 in the mid jump. Not great. That top.
Urgot on the top side. Back to the Alistar. Alistar priority through the fucking roof this series.
Back a lot of top esports as they look for any sort of follow-up in the Sejuani feels like the go-to. Nautilus is still up and available, which is why I think the Alistar a bit of a preemptive takeaway.
So the Alistar's being picked because they want to control the Draven in the late game. Have that pressure. Yeah, it's just a Zir, whatever. Ash. Yep, Ash left up this whole game, so now we got a lane swap. Probably if we're Gen G. Surely we don't play level 1 Alistar into level 1 Ash Draven. That feels so bad.
The most notorious for if they can close.
Person in the desperately want, but fans of this year it did. And here this series has been a delight for us as well, even though he's no longer on Gen G. I had to throw it in there, ladies and gentlemen.
People, you guys can flame Gen G, but I mean, they guaranteed themselves top 3 already. How bad could they possibly be?
They rose.
Get the invade coming through for top esports on this top side of the map. Really want to try and spot out what is going on. Is there the potential for a lane swap?
Yeah, we need a lane swap Reno here.
Where Paze is or where the K'Sante is. So this is going to be a blind swap if they see it, but looks like Jackie Love actually going to go for the reset. So
we're standing mid lane.
Down into this bot side
So they don't see anybody top.
as Gen G
So, yep.
swap off.
Nice, they're going to pull it off. Okay, okay.
They don't spot the board. They are spot. Use the Ashe level 1 to really put so much pressure on the Halo.
T1 shows how to play Ashe, though, in these lane swap scenarios, which is you can just get these crazy plays off. I mean, if you look at what T1 did to FlyQuest with Ashe and the lane swap, it was brutal.
You know, bot side will be as expected, so Jacula and Mako don't get standard lanes, which we talked about them desperately desiring.
The Urgot will spot out K'Sante though, so top esports well aware that they have been spotted and that they know that top esports are in this bottom side jungle. So at the moment, Gen G going to be able to just play.
K'Sante's going to go for a jungle follow, but he'll be delayed. They finally get the strong side invade, but pretty good tempo advantage for top esports right now because they're going to hit level 3 on Sejuani significantly sooner.
Well, let's just add the benefit in that at least Jackie Love and Mako this time around are on the bot side, so the turret's going to be squishier. There's no 50% extra resistance here as 369 and TM will have to see who adds in the demolish, if it's only a single or a double here.
Wasn't also TES who brought the lane swaps upon us versus FPX? No, that was NIP. Hashtag blame rookie.
It always feels like when you look at top esports, especially for players like Jackie Love, where they always just fall that little bit short.
And what do you mean by brought them? You mean gloriously gifted them to us because they are so fun to watch? I agree.
Falling out in the round robin against Gam. Then you're looking here against Gen G. Now, obviously, Gen G a very different opponent, a very tough opponent, and there is still a second chance. But for top esports, just trying to prove themselves on an international stage, show that they can go toe-to-toe with the best, is a big
Third wave
victory for
crash.
that organization.
Also going to look what type of lane swap we're going to be seeing.
K'Sante already here, but you're going to get 2 plates or 3 plates for 1.
So much damage with the W.
Yep.
Is 369. So Gen G going to definitely be behind in plates, but We've seen longer lanes. G2 showed it yesterday as well, where you just keep swapping and swapping, so you're always behind, always catching the wave, never the one with the tempo advantage. But you can also choose, which looks like what Gen G is doing here, hit level 3.
Monty, you can advocate for lane swaps, but we know Riot is going to Exodia. Then by the time Worlds comes around, oh, Riot will do it soon, I'm sure. Who knows what ham-fisted shenanigans they have up their sleeve to take our beautiful lane swaps away this time.
Some of these waves to make this 2v2 happen, right? Yes, you get the reset off, you get the long swords, but if you want to try and make it happen, you either have to drop this wave and try and match in the 2v2 on top, because
all right, Yawn, 369 TP topside.
those plates gone is going to have a 200 gold lead from
Cream has learned the dark arts of the Corki versus Azir matchup from Chovy, even though Chovy has Hail of Blades.
on the bottom side, but the slight experience lead for Jackulov, as you can see, because the majority.
Also Chovy. This time around going for maximum lane burst.
Finally, time for the lane bumpers to prevent anyone from leaving. Yeah, so basically, the new thing that Riot will introduce is all roles will be color-coded. So bot lane will be blue, and you can only walk down the blue lane. And if you leave the blue lane before 5 minutes, you can't. It's just like invisible walls. Mid lane can be red, top lane can be, I don't know, purple, and you have to go to your assigned lane. Only the junglers can go through the invisible walls. That's the kind of change Riot would make.
In the lane, so we get to see a very different Cassante as Cream gets bullied out by Chovy on the return of this TP.
You can't damage tower for the first 8 minutes. No, that wouldn't help. Well, maybe if you just couldn't damage top tower at all. Yeah, just top and mid.
So Tien going to try and match on this bottom side to make sure Jackulov and Mako can play aggressive through the 2v2. We already saw Jackulov great with the standard.
At 15 minutes, you can do passive Unleashed Walk, where you can walk down other lanes. Yeah, exactly.
And
with the wall, the timing perfect. The 3v3 is going to erupt with Canyon moving in. It's the Arctic Assault, the flash away from Pace. So summoner advantage here is the
bush as well. You got to be so careful, but here comes the 3v3.
With the wall, the
we saw Jackulov great with the stand asides when it comes to interrupting Lehens, but if there's a buy in the bush as well, you need. Sorry, the Alistair. But if there's a buy in the bush as well, you got
only those with smite, and only one player can have smite, and it's the player assigned jungle.
So careful, but here comes the
in queue.
With the wall, the timing perfect. The 3v3 is going to erupt with Canyon moving in. It's the Arctic Assault, the flash away from Pace. So summoner advantage.
If there's a buy in the bush as well, you got to be so careful, but here comes the 3v3.
With the wall, the timing perfect. The 3v3 is going to erupt with Canyon moving in. It's the Arctic Assault, the flash away from Pace. So summoner advantage here is the Callista. Now,
yeah, Canyon's just been a little bit behind the plays in some of these. Like, you can see the idea in a lot of these plays, but Canyon's just not there at the same time. Tien's just there like a second earlier.
Jackulov and Mako the opportunity to build a bigger lead in that 2v2 as Chovy trying to test Cream his nerves.
Especially with Canyon here as well. Vault Breaker just out of range and simply an auto. So Valkyrie out and Cream is just fine, despite Chovy getting in his head.
Chovy still, though, hasn't really got camps up and available right now with the way everything is panned out. So kind of sitting here waiting to try and find a home. Void Grubs are going to be up, but Tien also passing up towards that top side with more camps available. So this is kind of the other byproduct of the lane swap, is that Tien will get access to a lot more of these camps there to come through on the side. But Canyon going to get first access to these grubs with the push in mid lane helping out massively.
Mako did spot in with the hawk shot, so did you know that this is going on? But with the bot lane prio, and with mid lane the way that it is, I think the right call here from top esports to instead just go as Chovy looking to be a bit of a nuisance here.
Yes. Doing Chovy things again. As you mentioned, Chronicler the back away, or rather forcing it back against Cream. And lane and phase going well. The trade happens topside for a perfect 3 for Canyon, while that Dragon is about to get destroyed as well.
Still, though, Jackulov and Mako getting access to bot lane turret again on this push, going to start to chip away at some more of these plates. And if side lane towers start to go down, that's really where it's going to become tough for Gen G. They are a composition right now that wants to look for team fights, play for these objective fights. And this has not been what we've seen from Gen G over the course of this series so far. It's much more about getting access to the lanes and playing through, keen on something that's a bit more carry orientated. But now mid lane in trouble.
Yeah, Chovy should just be able to shifting sands out. It's just Mako again utilizing Halo Blades.
We do see Chovy not too threatened there. Lehens also making his way back towards the bot side of the map. In the last game, what happened was Gen G tried to force on Jackie as soon as Canyon hit 6. Neither time it really works out, and that's what they're going to be looking to do here as well. Jackie currently sitting on about 150 stacks. A little bit more as again Canyon
Hawkshot
keeps
OP.
getting spotted by this Hawkshot.
And he keeps opting in towards this split map, which is honestly just benefiting top esports. It's not really, well, I say he's opting into. He's kind of been forced into this split map because you constantly have Mako playing with TN and invading onto his bot side. But that kind of just plays into hands because 369 going to be fine to farm himself. You won't really look for the dive as 369 can pretty handily clear out these waves, and it's going to be Pays who falls further and further behind because he can't get access to wave, and is always at the potential of being dove underneath his own tower.
Have to see if it happens in return for 369. Pausing because I'm seeing this wave building up, pushing. He's got no mana as well. But in the end, Canyon just backs off as JackeyLove gets pushed down pot side as well. The early game has been quite stagnant, but again, some mental mind games being played.
Big thing here is that in the last game, Gen.G did really heavily opt into contesting. I think much more so than we saw of them in the 2 games before that. And obviously, top esports absolutely loved it. Aggressive skirmishes continuously worked out really, really well for them. And I imagine that Coach Kim and the gang came and
Kalista seems to be a troll to your pick at how she has to team fight against how team fight comps evolved. Yeah, I think Kalista feels pretty bad. She feels pretty unplayable. Like, you have to lane swap in so many situations like this one, so you can't control Drake, and you can't skirmish early, and then she doesn't do anything late game, and it feels bad.
Incredible at the champion as Canyon. We've seen this one before, but Jackie, very, very safe as he should be.
Peekaboo, TN is behind your lines as Canyon goes on in cease and desist. Base call, ulti early from TN, but the arrow is
very, very safe.
Nice job by TN.
Peekaboo, TN is behind your lines as Canyon goes on in cease and desist.
He gets hit by it as he's coming out of the Kalista ult right into the arrow, so there's no follow-up. Even though Lehens has flash, and probably that would have killed JackeyLove. Oh no, he flashes and misses Q. Oh god, they still try and make the play. Oh god, oh no.
Stuck behind the lines as well, and they're just laughing on them. When have you said that Gen's gonna go? But the arrow is not.
Very, very safe as he should be.
Peekaboo, TN is behind your lines. Canyon
Like, the thing is, you already commit the vials here. And look at that. I mean, it's really well played. It's so unfortunate that it hits Alistar because he can't flash pulve.
But the arrow is not. Well, Mako, he helps save the play. He stops Lehens and TN is behind your lines. Canyon goes on in cease and desist.
Pays tried to cleanse the Sedge ult. Yeah, he got body blocked. I mean, it's an understandable mistake. He thinks the Sedge ult's going to hit him. It just unluckily hits Alistar as Alistar is coming out of the ult because he doesn't know. Because remember, Lehens triggers the Kalista ult, so Pays doesn't know that. It looks just, I mean, he tries to Captain Jack it. It's understandable. But the flash pulve missing is so huge. Oh, dude, JackeyLove just reads him. He knows what his plans are. Good spacing. Jokey really just mind controlled his teammates to end like that. Yeah, I know. Jackie is really good. The amount, you know, even when Jackie dies or gives up a flash, he basically demands all of the enemy team's attention. So Cream was just able to play freely on Tristana last game. The issue is that Cream has been bad. It's not that JackeyLove's been bad, guys. The issue is Cream has been bad, so therefore people just all in JackeyLove, and then top esports just gets pushed over.
Again, they find themselves in a deficit, but last time 369 wasn't in the game.
Draven gets a kill, of course. Now he's 700 gold up. Excellent.
Now across the board for TES. Arrow on Lehens.
Yeah, it's gorgeous to watch. TN as well, even giving up woes. Top esports were well aware that something was about to go down here, and they turn on towards JackeyLove. But watch, the fact that you don't get the follow-up CC on towards JackeyLove is heartbreaking. Plus, with Lehens tanking the Sejuani ult first, can't actually go for the combo to Jackie initially, then misses the combo afterwards, and Jackie just catches his axe to get the speed up to follow up, and then Canyon, way too far forward, will just end up going down to Cream.
3 for 0, cash in for the Draven, and additionally, no, or kill
Rolling through.
was Keen.
Will he die? He's got Ghost, but TES have faith. They've got the early game. They've got TN rolling through. Keen against the wall, arrowed up, and fear beyond death.
For what I imagine would be
Jackie, more of these 369.
They do cross map for a turret for that. And they're trying to. They're pinging onto Drake right now too.
As we start to look towards the Void Grubs that were just even the package for Cream, and not quite having the first item there for 369. He's going to hold out, but Genji can't really respond on Dragon. May look for some vision in topside jungle instead, and 369 is even respecting the potential dive that Genji might go for.
An early game is really defined this series. Game 1 and Game 2, Genji have the flash away, the arrow flies as well after they pick up the neutral objective, but it's a two-pronged play. Flashing under turret to 369 who tries to outplay, but onto Canyon Fear on death, ain't gonna follow through. He gets out, if only in the nick of time, as Genji's response is clear.
Genji just barely get the kill top. Imagine Primo.
We're in desperation now, though they do take all of the plates out of top side, so they are closing. They've closed the gold gap pretty significantly, guys. Genji.
In excess, find their mark 15 seconds before expiring. Cream is back here.
Oh, Kenny has no ult from the top plate. Joey's 1 HP. Kenny has no flash either from the top plate. Chovy choking once again, Kappa. Dude, did Chovy get blamed for this? It's outrageous if people are blaming Chovy. What the fuck is he supposed to do? Oh my god, Jackie got him with ult. Oh my god, he got him. Beautiful.
It looked like the series was completely over. We were ready to give it over to Genji, and suddenly Top Esports, they find their success around Jackie Love, around Cream, and then
was that he would be able to provide so much more stability to the roster. As we take a look here, Lahens
Okay.
able to
arrow
make it out.
No way.
No way.
So
He predicted where Alistair would be after he was thrown from Callista ult.
make it out.
No way.
It's a pretty easy prediction, but it's still fun to watch. Ah, dude. The blind ults from Draven and Mako just getting 2 kills.
So obviously can't do anything. So Canyon just dies, and then Jackie gets the second cash in of the game.
and they're styling on them with the globals. That's 2 for 2 that they've absolutely whacked Genji as they're trying to safely reset. And now Top Esports getting control over this mid wave, going to get control over the bottom side of the map as well. And with a will be the core to call here first.
God, yeah, Cream's damage. The arrow connects as well. Plays as the cleanse.
Mako's arrows have been so on point this game, guys.
Seems to be breaking short.
Forced Alistair ult and cleanse there.
Pays as the cleanse as well. Genji are falling apart. The whirling death hits, but there's not enough stacks from Jackie Love as TES look to open mid with Herald.
Not sure about Herald here. I don't think you need a Herald.
Rich people problems for Jackie there. He has already cashed in his previous stacks, so he doesn't have enough. And the team fighting that Genji is so known for is nowhere to be seen.
No team fighting. There is only Zul. Chovy, what?
Why is Jackie Love in there?
Look at pulled him regardless. Never mind the TP fight.
Huge play by Chovy, though. The timing on that was perfect.
But into the front line, Tien takes no damage. Avivi on death. Flies in. Lahens wasn't even there.
Do not hex slash in Lahens. No.
Kill on Jackie Love is big, but he didn't use his summoners. Only Cream did. Chovy goes in, finds the Draven, so that's one big shutdown, but that is not enough. That alone
It's like, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Baron's not up.
here for Top Esports.
Drake's not up. I'm driving the Herald in.
50 seconds until that third
Is Mako the best support right now? I don't know. On is really good.
It will give Genji
Delight's also very good.
clear at mid-wave, get it into a more neutral position. They got Bosch put.
Mako might be the best support of all time, though.
With these Hextech gates, will get back out of the map. Should be able to contest Genji for control over the river area.
Jackie Love also had no stacks as well. Chronically, you talked about it before the fighters. Lahens is walking in to peek in vision. Mako does a little bit of damage himself as the Umbral
Hi, Monty. You always remind me of that song, Trespassing song by Adam Lambert. I know, because that's what OGN put me in for the countdown of MonteCristo. Yes.
On pace is huge. If he gets
Why did they choose that song? I have no idea. Did they ask me? No.
He can be the prime target for top esports to turn and burn. Keen was put out, that Cream is reset, but you know that's for a package and a TP back in.
Cream gonna be able to make his way back. Gen G, it feels like a lose-lose situation. You're kind of having to test this, but they know of all teams how dangerous it is to find a Corki. Just now finished his maul, package ready as well. And Gen G, it looks like they're saying, no, we're not gonna do it. There is no way that we can win this fight. They probably made the right call, but it's gonna feel rough nonetheless.
Canyon may be thinking about a steal, at very least flash available.
No, Canyon, don't you do... No.
Soul point would be huge for the game. Canyon! No, he's so close. Has to flash out in the end, but the arrow will follow suit. Canyon caught on the back end. The whirling death this time.
Oh, he lived at least.
He gets out, absorbs some ultis, but Soul Point, crucially, still belongs to TES.
Dude, that dragon is so hot. That dragon is so sexy. Do not clip that by itself. Because Gen G is so horny for it. It's just floating there erotically in the pit.
Doesn't have anyone else. He gets a shutdown, but with permafrost and Jackie on the horizon, TN tries to give it to him, and Jackie Love heals to get in range.
It's falling apart for James.
All right, this is like the most one-sided game. Let's not let Mako have Ashe again. How about that?
Standing right in front of him. That won't land, but remember, if another pick comes through, it's 35 seconds till the Baron that TS.
Last 2 days going to this troll against Gen G on the map.
He has 0 resistances, so just ends up going down immediately. Chovy tries to salvage the play. He invested his teleport, so he has to... Knight's Vow is on Cream as well, so he takes even less damage. And Chovy, yeah, nice sidestep on the ult from Tian, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Fucked Corki.
We're fighting once again. Remember, Baron is now spawned. No dragon up for 2.5 minutes. We came live because Mako is just always on the verge of sending out this arrow. 8 out of 10 kill participation. The Ashe has been insane. This is why we made such a big deal of this guy coming to top esports, because Jackie Love finally has a proper support, and Mako back on the international stage after being in the LPL for 8+ years.
Top esports know that Chovy has no TP. So immediately they send themselves over into the Baron area to just say, look, you're going to have to bring Chovy up. You're going to have to try and force us out of this area, or we're going to control it. 369 has the teleport to come into this.
Cream's poke has to be big, but in a choke,
Cream just valks over the wall. Lehens is engaged. Tian is just sitting there being a giga tank. Pays once again, gets hit by arrow and cleanses. Oh, Chovy. Oh, the French.
Goodbye, religion, and hello, game 5.
That is going to be the Baron going over to TES. Gen G try to get the teleport. Well, they got it, but I don't think they're going to be feeling great about the trade.
Where is your faith when top esports went 2-0 desperate?
The teleport comes out, but crucially,
I like how Gen G can't do anything. Very fun.
On point again, finds the ultimate onto the one member that doesn't have an easy way out. The chase, impeccable.
Tian and Mako had mega games though.
Game number 5.
Goodbye, religion. Hell, game 5. Yeah, that's a good line. I like that one.
Needing to find these moments to lift him up in a game and in a series. 2-0 down was not where I thought Tien would find.
Here's a tank that converge on this big bad crab, but has he bought enough time? No, he hasn't. Pays looking into a lane now with double TP, but the whole of top east.
All right, we're making the double TP play. Good job. Gen G saves the game.
But has he bought enough time? No, he hasn't. Pays with a pick. Gen G are not out of it.
Dragon.
It's in 5 seconds. They've got range for TES, but as Dragon spawns for Soul, will Gen G just take this? Or do top esports want to fight him out of it?
Canyon held his ultimate. They desperately want to go for a fight. Cream looks like he's going to have the package and TP in. Gen G, they need to fight before 369.
It's a mistake by top esports to be doing this with Baron that close to Drake, like soul spawn. Are we 50-50ing? All right, well, now we're definitely dead because they get Hextech ult. That's a great line by Hysterics. There's a church of Chovy, you better believe in the cult of cream. That's a wonderful line.
They get the so much gold.
Now we're just waiting for the game to end.
Absolutely. Was done. Have we seen
All right, this is over. We're just watching that. There's no point to watching this.
As draft has begun, and we're going to find out who's taken this puppy after what has been a recovery from top esports of the ages. History is going to be made, gentlemen.
All right, game 5. Here we go. Okay. So Varus is going to be banned. Gen G is on blue side. They've banned the Draven, interestingly, and they banned the Tristana. So Aurelion Sol is up. So weirdly, right now, there's some weird contested picks in this series. Corki is one of them. Alistair's another one. Kallista's still up. Are we really just going to first pick Kallista? Lucian? I think you have to first pick Lucian here. Or we're going to play Lulu Aphelios again. But I don't think they want to do that. I think Gen G should first pick Lucian.
performance of
Corky first pick. Here we go.
time around? We'll see if they go.
Lucian, Nami. Okay, so we're definitely playing Aphelios and Lulu now. Thank you, Canutter, for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you. Yeah, Rumble maybe too. Yes, Twitch or YouTube chat. You are correct. Rumble is going to be a contested pick. So Callista Ashe, brutal combo. They're becoming T1 now. So Sejuani is here. And Tian had a mega game on it, so why not give it back? No Lee Singa. Because you don't want the Lucian to catch this out, but Vi's still up. You may not need the Vi, though, because you can arrow the Lucian. Yone being taken out. The weird thing about Chovy and Cream's like champion pools is they overlap with Yone and Trist, which is not that normal. They're like the two most famous Yone mid laners.
His third most play in his career also taken away.
I mentioned it earlier. The Yone, particularly with the Sejuani.
I don't know why we banned Silas here. I feel like the Silas is a tell that they're going to take Maokai. Because like who do you care if Silas takes like, I don't know, rockets? I mean, it's okay.
Gen G. Sante feels like the obvious angle.
Back to the Akali that was entirely useless in game number 1.
We're going to find out if this time he's able to get in the interim.
This would be such a good Xin Zhao angle for Canyon. Ooh. The fact that you have a pushing bot lane and you have that pushing mid now with the Akali locked in.
All right, let's take Cassante.
In game 3 and 4.
Why did you ban Silas? Why did you ban Silas?
The window that Gen G need to slow down the pace of this game.
It's Canyon's pick.
I play Corki mid and GM. This matchup was really nice for Corki, so Silas ban is weird. You mean the Silas matchup is good for Corki? That makes sense. Does Fossbomb reveal Akali in Shroud? GM Corki mid? I don't think so, but I'm just going to check. I think the answer is no. Pretty sure it's no, but I'm checking. No, okay.
What?
Nidalee! Oh my god, Canyon's on his bullshit again. You love it.
One of the most unplayable matchups in the game when it comes to the 1v1 is playing Sejuani into Nidalee.
Yeah, it is a really good matchup in a Sejuani. And Canyon, he's big dicking on Nidalee game 5 yet again. We've seen this before, guys. Never forget watching Peanut come back after being dunked on by as Hecarim versus the Nidalee. In that Gen G versus Dom 1 Game 5 in Korea, was it semifinals? LCK semifinals? But the Nidalee, I mean, Sejuani cannot escape from Nidalee ever. And also, the Nidalee, I mean, you can chuck spears into Shroud. And if Lucian walks up, you can just hit him with a spear. So you can hit him with an arrow, you can hit him with a volley, you can hit him with a rocket, you can hit him with a Q from Callista, you can hit him with a spear. Feels pretty good, honestly, into Lucian, I think.
Okay.
The man has a world skin on this, but there is almost no setup. You want to pair the Nidalee with something.
No, it's just a poke comp. It's just a poke comp, guys. Guys, hello. It's just a poke comp. You don't need to pair it with anything. What you need to do is create pressure bot side and then make Tian's life a fucking living hell by invading his jungle. And then late game, you just have Corky Nidalee of Ash poke. It's brutal. You have a Kali. A Kali's just going to get volleyed in Shroud. A Kali can't do shit. A Kali's going to get poked. So Vayne is so troll here if they pick Vayne. I love zero range comps. Okay, Urgot's still pretty troll, but I guess it's better. I mean, this is one of those games. We talk about range a lot, guys. Range is very important right now. And Lucian normally gives you range because he dashes up and pokes. But basically, Gen G has been crafting compositions against Lucian that is very, very difficult to dash up against. Right? Urgot against poke is fucking horrible. This is also true. Because you can poke off his Sterix and then just wait for it to go away. And obviously he can't do anything. He just stands there being fat. And ugly. Four range champs with Sedge. That's true. But not really ranged. Just ranged in terms of her passive. Yeah, that's what hurts the most is like you don't even get the benefit of range. You just don't get Sedge passive. You're ugly? I am not.
And he can leverage
Look at me.
this Nidalee. Because if you get into the mid game with a double AD carry bot lane and a Nidalee and you're not on the lead, you're not going to win.
Is this where top esports go back to lane swaps? You've denied the Nidalee the opportunity to set up for these invades in the 1v1 against Sejuani.
What are we talking about? What?
You're not going to win.
Is this where top esports go back to lane swaps? You've denied the Nidalee.
Oh, okay. I see if you lane swap. I mean, they should lane swap with Lucian Nami early.
You deny the early aggression from this double Halo Blades bot lane from Gen G. But Gen G, they outplayed you. They outsmarted
Big game team should not even be in close when even. Yeah, but you have to prevent the Nidalee from just running you over. That's the hard part. And Canyon is, Canyon is among the best Nidalee players in the world.
to push themselves over the finish line.
With your first Nidalee, the first one overall at MSI for 2024, Canyon decides to...
Would TS win if they picked Quinn here? No.
But the 3, they fought against all odds. We only made it here because Tien started
You still have range problems.
Cream started finding his seat right at the front row and center. And our good old Gen G are the smart team, the macro team, the 5v5 team. As they go for the invade, Chengdu riles them up. And we begin.
Chengdu.
No, they want standard. They want to try and force these winning lanes onto this winning jungle matchup for...
Yeah, standard is huge because Canyon's bot side invade is fucking mega if they get standard lanes.
But already spotting out Tien, you can see 369 moving up into the brush on top side, already trying to hide himself and make sure that he's going to be an okay spot. But Tien forced out of his jungle. Even if Gen G just start on Tien's side of the map, this is going to work out well for them.
To see where the lane ends up going, and it's again important to remind everyone.
We need a hard engage, not Urgot. How is Kled versus Cassante? I have no idea.
No team has been as dominant.
I mean, they have no engage. The thing is that top esports have they have engage. I guess they have Sejuani.
Yep.
They have engage, but it's hard, man. Into this poke comp, it's hard, especially because when you have Kalista Ash can just stand in the front and just shoot volley or arrow, and then when you Sejuani ult her, she just gets Kalista ulted out.
Right now,
so you can actually just bait Kalista ult. The poke is so huge from Gen G.
But losing here would be so pivotal to yet again show that when
or Nagraga is probably good. I agree. Problem is that then you have a losing matchup in a Cassante and you literally have 3 losing lanes, so
They won back in 2020, but
maybe Poppy? Poppy has a good matchup. Poppy actually is probably one of the better picks here. Honestly, R5 Toppy wins versus Cassante, denies executes on the jump in from Nidalee, could stop Valkyrie. Very good into Glista. Oh, Poppy was banned. Yeah, you're right. It was banned. But it would be good if it wasn't
Never
banned.
actually made it towards an MSI because the mid-season championship was what replaced that MSI
Yep.
in 2020.
Well, they
Maybe
banned it
did in the
themselves.
league,
So,
but in terms of
I mean,
the
Top banned
asterisk,
it.
look,
So,
didn't count. It doesn't matter as much. And then we get to World.
right? Who banned it? Top banned it. It was their last ban. Well, they made a boo-boo.
It doesn't work out in their favor either.
Poppy would have been good here.
Going up against Gen G, they want to prove that they can launch themselves onto the international stage again.
And unfortunately for Gen G, they weren't able to get the standard lanes. Lane swap comes through.
Yep.
As you already pointed out, Dagda, as should be the case. Chovy already taking some rough early trades, and unlike game number 1, there is no Keen in his lane to help him out early.
And let's talk about the elephant in the room as 369 moves to top side, is that we talked about Canyon set up in the lanes. We have to track the Nidalee jungle.
Canyon just
But now we need to
strong
track the
siding on his own
369.
side. Keen in the top.
Going to be able to hold this off. Keen in so much trouble
For
here.
a game 5, this will be huge. He doesn't get the knockback. Instead
Oh, he gets 3 of them, though?
Takes too much, and Jackie Love too.
Oh, they're coming back.
On in 1v3, and guess who's on the
He's
way?
on Ghost. He got level 2, though.
He now levels up. The double shot's going to come
Oh,
through. They take
well.
it up. The flash away. 369 gets up, and top esports are on the board for first blood.
That's all right. He has TP. It doesn't matter.
Wide as well, so top esports able to escape away
It's not
from
that bad.
Will come
He got
back to
2
collect the
flashes,
majority of this
and he's still going to get the wave.
369. Gonna more than likely have to do a similar story to teleport onto this bottom side of the map.
Peekaboo.
Again spotted.
Hawkshot OP.
Go to the bot lane. Does he try and collect the wave?
And of all the people to get the first kill on, gotta feel the best about it being Jackie Love. Yes,
Yep.
the flashes are invested, but unless Gen G can somehow make that into something more, that alone is not going to be enough. The one upside for Gen G is that bot lane is continuing undisturbed, and if they pick up 2 plates, gold relatively equalized.
Top esports going to match though. They're bringing down their bot lane. Green
Nice.
interrupts the reset for Chovy. Chovy hasn't copped. Still
He's
sitting
shopping. He's
there.
window shopping.
But look at bot lane. 4 members of top esports starting to roam down. They weren't ready.
Kenny
for the
using his
reset.
skin too.
He overextended.
Oh my God, they're still here. I mean, they get a second plate, but can they get out with their lives? Lahanson pays running through the long lane.
Wait a second. Why are we doing this?
Match though.
Something more. And of all the people to get the first kill on,
All right, so they're trying to make a play, but they're doing it with Urgot
yes, the flashes are
around
invested,
their
unless Gen G can somehow
swap.
make that into something more, that alone is not
Because
gonna
we
be
have a, what is it, a 4th wave crash?
This off. Keen in so much.
All right, let's watch the wave states, guys. So basically right here, what we're doing
Now we need to track
is they're trying to get this dive in the top side, but there's no crash. So basically right here, guys, it's a second wave crash. This is 3rd wave right here that he proxies. So this is a 2nd wave crash and a 4th wave crash on the bot side.
So much trouble here.
Game 5, this will be huge. He doesn't get the knockback. Instead of the turret, it's botched. Mako takes too much, and Jackie Love too. Keen holds on in 1v3, and guess who's on the way?
He's level 2.
He now levels up. The double shot's going to come.
Kane
through.
almost
They
gets there
take it
too,
up. The
crazily enough. So this is 3rd wave that's crashing
On
now.
the board for first blood.
So the problem is that Keen just has a lot more experience. And then we recall everybody, and we try and deal with what is a 4th wave crash on bot side.
Again spotted. Does 369 go to the bot lane?
There's a pretty delayed wave crash, guys.
Not going to be enough. The one upside for Gen G is that bot lane is continuing undisturbed, and if they pick up 2 plates, gold relatively equalized.
Top esports going to match though. They're bringing down their bot lane. Green
Nice.
interrupts the reset for Chovy. Chovy hasn't copped. Still
He's
sitting
shopping.
there.
He's window shopping.
But look at bot lane. 4 members of top esports starting to roam down.
So because this is a 4th wave crash, they think they can actually... There's the 5th wave coming in. They think they can make this play, but the thing is they lose a lot of minions to this. And you can't pursue this because you have Ash with volley. So 369 is now 3 levels behind, and he's TPing top, and now he can get dove by Nidalee. Oh boy. That's so brutal, actually. I think that gank bot was a huge mistake.
Level 1 to 369 as he moves back to top lane versus the level 4. Will tick over to help him out just a smidge.
Yeah, Keen making the 3-man W on Cassante so that it took 2 flashes to kill him the first time when he had TP up was so critical. It's actually huge for him.
Yeah, 369 is going to get sacrificed, but again, Jackie was the one who got the kill.
Keen death is worth, yeah, it's totally worth. That was really well played by Genji. Top esports with the random Urgot gank bot was bad.
Genji really can't enact their plans. They need Chovy to get the reset. He pays to get the reset.
Avalon Blue. The Cassante Sun Under Tower against 3 is a huge moment in the end. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. I agree.
It's been fairly even Steven thus far in the jungle matchup, but if they can start to control the bot lane like this...
Stealing forward, I mean, I think they can take a 2v2. Pays runs in, dodges away from the Aqua Prison, and Jackie Love takes a trade with the flurry from Lahans. They also know that Tien's bot side, because the scout came out from Lahans, they still ran into that anyway.
And the thing is, this is where trying to force these dual lanes to match up again, you do end up taking a hit as top esports. Pays and Lahans.
But it is janky. You would even try like a level 1 Urgot gank into the Ashe and the bot side. Such a mistake to swap everybody down there.
Now Canyon getting to small invades onto the top side, just pushing Tien back. Incremental leads starting to open for Genji.
Was one of the things that
King's still going to be 2 levels up.
Particularly when he was having the best years of his career, 2020, the obvious one. But even on the flip side, though, the clock is again going to be, I think, on Genji just because of this Nidalee. Chovy provides decent scaling, but with these double 80 carries, you're always going to be a little bit scared when you get to the mid to late game against the burst, the Tsunami, and the Kali as well.
Canyon push tempo, the biggest question here, while at least he's doing grubs on the top side. For now, Tien hasn't made a trade as he's also on the back burner of these camps. You can see a small lead building for Canyon, so at least the early game is rather successful for where you want to be. As the grubs go down, note that Tien is moving down bot side and looking to make that trade on the neutrals.
Looking for the Dragon on the other side. Level 6 just hit for Cream, so relatively happy to look for some sort of early...
The hand's almost 6. Well, not almost, I guess. It's only a full level to go. But it Pays and Lahen's also got a really big advantage because of the wave control. The second wave crash into the top side, you know, versus the 4th wave and the pursuit was really huge XP advantage for Genji. When are we feeding the raccoons? TL versus Fnatic. I'm going to feed myself dinner first, and then I'll come back and do that one. So after this game, we're going to take a break. I will shut down the YouTube stream. I will leave the Twitch stream up.
Enjoying the fact that this time there was no Vayne in his lane.
Yeah, he actually gets to play the lane a bit more, and look who's here. Tien's here to influence it, but Chovy with Flash and Valkyrie available.
Oh well, Jet.
Makes it a little bit more difficult. Chovy's still going to clear the wave, so Cream just now sit here while Tien trades.
Well, that's the thing. Cream gets the shove in the mid wave, so he can actually help and get in the camp back. But the Ghost popped.
Mako might be
Okay, they're not close to hitting 6 though, so this is just really to stick to Mako.
Doesn't get it. You're right, because it's a big part of the damage.
Yeah, with Lethality, Kalista in particular, really need to hit that Canyon. Says hello. I don't know if his presence alone is going to be...
Pays back on his Q-Max Kalista bullshit.
Let's land a spear, which influences his push into
Doesn't have
Tien's
his mid
jungle.
laner.
You're right, with no pressure there. Cream's moving in with perfect execution, flashing away Canyon.
Okay, he's trolling. All right.
And Canyon's about to drop down to Cream. What is he
Is Canyon just incapable of talking to Chovy? Like, why is he doing all these fucking whack-ass moves when Chovy is, like, trying to back?
Doesn't have his mid laner.
You're right, with no pressure there. Cream's moving in with perfect execution, flashing away Canyon. A big mistake in game 5. There's the execution. Let's land a spear, which influences his push into
Doesn't have
Tien's
his mid
jungle.
laner.
You're right, with no pressure.
Q.
Cream's moving in with perfect.
He follows the flash, so he gets the actual finisher on the Sejuani W, so he can get the stun. That's a really good play by Tien. Some ferret guy, thank you back. I have arrived for the garbage dive. Well, I'm going to take a break probably for an hour or so after this so I can eat. The flash fall is super good during the W animation. Choky shot called Canyon to int it there. That's right. It's all Chovy's fault. Fucking Chovy.
He can look to blow open this game, play heavily through the mid, open up sides, but Tien hovering still around boss.
The one upside for Genji is that when it comes to the plates, when it comes to the CS, they have been able to build a lead, but Tien is looking again. Summoner's available.
Whoops, we missed the arrow.
But it doesn't change the play. Tien running in as Fate's call. Still there. Arctic Assault blocks it as Lahens now ranges. There's the ulti. Jackalove jumps in. And Mako lands the bubble. Lahens is up now.
Genji just getting outplayed here. They're missing abilities. They're making stupid plays. Nice job by Top Esports, though. Some mega plays by them.
But Tien refuses to do so. Cream in the mid lane. The spear goes wide. He's going to be able to walk this one away. Canyon can't even find the response. It's 369 is going to spot him on the Raptors.
How do you like your meat? This Cougar about to find out. Flash in. Fear beyond dead. 369's having none of it. He sits around.
Why is Canyon here?
Tries to leap away, but here comes Cream once again. TES backed away, and Genji are getting red like a book.
Excuse me, sir, but this is not your jungle. This is not your series. Top esports have found everything against Gen G, and Gen G are trying desperately to find a way in. Tooth, claw, nail, but they're not getting anything.
At least some damage comes through. Chovy, I was worried there, even with his flash available, with Cream having his ulti.
Damn, Choki is just so bad at microing his teammates. That's why Faker is the GOAT. Somebody actually has that opinion, by the way.
Canyon, you don't have vision of the enemy bot lane, and
Man, this is blowing out of control. This early game, Canyon is trying to influence so much.
Canyon
Hits. He gets hit by the Q. He's like, oh shit.
vision of the enemy bot lane, and crucially, Tien interrupts
Hits both sides of the because remember, it's hard for them to proc the actual Sedge passive for permafrost.
Pushed in, playing Corki. Canyon wanting to do so much and getting punished. The gold is
Yeah, the farm is still a huge advantage.
like so much as well. And
I mean, it really was the bad lane swap that did them in. Like that fucking Urgot gank. If they didn't try that stupid ass Urgot gank, then probably 369 would still be alive. I don't know why they thought they could Urgot gank bot side with a level 1 Urgot. Like, what the fuck was that, guys? Now they're going to get six grubs as well. They're going to get 6 grubs with a poke comp. This is so good. This is so good for Gen G.
The team fights, when you get to the mid to late game, the poke of this Nidalee, I don't think is going to be enough. Nidalee in team
What? Hey, Chronicler, what about the poke of Nidalee with Ashe and Corki?
And it's going to basically be
Well, all that poke.
anyone that isn't TN. Jovi does have his
Speaking
package.
of which, the ulti is there for TN. He's waiting. The package is going to be used in the end as well, and that helps with wave clear after the Dragon's done. Now, the counterpoint is that Gen G at least have 6 grubs. That goes over to Chovy on this Corki. If you're believing, you need to start believing harder, because Chovy's got a big job to do this game.
Really, it's going to come down to him. And maybe even Keen, also sitting on a pretty sizable lead here, courtesy of the early movements of 369, courtesy of the gank from Canyon.
Yeah.
He is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting, because with Jakilov accelerated, I think it's going to take a long time for Keen to become this absolute grave boss that we know Xante can be.
This is the problem, though, with Cream picking up that early kill.
Yeah.
He's been accelerated very well, so in that 1v1 on a side lane, it goes towards Cream. In the opportunity, though, that you can make a play on top, maybe it's straight that turn around.
All that control wars everything, isn't it? They get the stun onto their hands. He gets face called back, so that saves his life for now. The
They have arrow.
Tien has no flash available. He's waiting for the arc to get sold. His pace in the hand. Try and turn it around. There's the arrow. And a 2v3, they feel it. And
Q max Callista damage with opportunity. Casual right there. Giga poke. Oh yeah, we forgot about the opportunity Callista Q. There's another poke for you.
Pushing back Jakilov, getting his health low alongside Tien, so that play fizzles for top esports.
Does it though? Dagda's looking at it thinking, wait, Spectral Maw or the Spooky Ghost, I believe, sees the edge of at least Mako, but regardless of Ward does that for them, they're all backing the brush. Under control, Ward, thinking about it again. They're back in action. Wait, Tien, it's a double bluff, it's a triple bluff. There's a tidal wave as well, but the Canyon's coming in, TP as well. Top esports have the over.
Nice wave.
They've got the kill onto Jakilov, but Keen has to
Uh-oh.
Canyon with a spear, hits Tien. Jakilov next up in the menu as well.
Uh-oh, the TP though.
Now gonna do the same as Cream. Teleports in.
I think Cream wants to be here.
Canyon, and for Gen G, they
All right, we're back into it, boys. TP top from Chovy.
Match the push from 369, so they don't get anything. Gen G, they turn around the play against top esports.
In the last game, it was Genji over-forcing on bot. This time around, it's top.
Yeah.
They use a lot of resources trying to make the play towards the bot side. And yes, they get Pays, who with his flash up ends up dying, but because of the position of Canyon and the TP from Keen, they're still fine.
Cream's doing no damage to Keen in the meanwhile
What do
as
you
well.
mean, no
Shuriken
damage?
flip is there. It comes through eventually. You're right. Maybe the longer the play goes out as 6 grubs, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoop.
The DOT ends up getting first turret. So Gen G, a big moment in game 5.
Yeah, I mean, the wave here to
Super good counterplay though. You know, they're already setting up this TP play. Casante's there.
is great, so they do get onto Pays, but the immediate responses come through from Gen G.
No TP from Urgot.
He is huge in comparison, and Jakilov just has nowhere else to go. And because because Keen is kind of zoned Cream away from this fight, there are low health bars for Lehens. Potentially you can one-shot Canyon, but you just cannot commit to that with Keen in the way.
Now my quick question is, with Genji with an early gold lead, we talked about the setup lacking for Canyon. The question is whether this Lich Bane Italy with an early lead is enough to negate.
Yeah, Lich Bane Italy with
top in the early game anyway.
Gonna have to see. They're gonna have to keep
Dark Seal.
The first rate going over the top esports in of itself already a big win. It's also important to note that outside of
having 6 grubs with Herald and Poke Comp is super nice. All right, there we go. Jackie has to burn his cleanse. This is what we're talking about with him in the front line.
Look at Cream though, good flank opportunity to go in, but I think top esports have already kind of been burned a little bit with Jackie Love having to get rid of that cleanse. And Gen G with first.
Do I like MSI so far? Yeah, MSI's been great, man.
How hard they do want to try
It's way better than Worlds.
to get these terrors off of us.
We talked so much about Chovy, so much about the bot lane. But the biggest difference maker in the games where Gen G looks good, I think, is Keen online.
Yes.
Is he in a position where he can make an impact? And in the previous games, that wasn't really the case. Not necessarily some of his plays, some of the team's plays. But right now, sitting on almost a 1k gold lead here on this Cassante, and no one on top esports that I think once he finishes his second item, which I imagine will be a Rookern, it's going to be a lot harder as this Drake, I think, a must take for Gen G.
And 369 gave up his opportunity to good laning phase to give this lead to Jackie Love and look for the dive to try and put Keen behind. But with that overextension, top esports have brought that bot lane back within touching distance, and now we're going to start to see that squeeze from Gen G as they don't want to let this up.
And I mean, feels like tempo heaven, right? Jackie Love's back, gets the knight. I'm not sure how much standing gold he has because the Herald charges mid. In 20 seconds, this dragon that...
They can't defend because they have no range against this Poke Comp. So they actually just get... It's very rare that you see a team get 100% or like 98% of a turret off of one Herald push. But with all the Void Mites and with all the poke, it's just too easy. And no wave clear.
Gold is starting to pile up in this game 5. That top esports is running away from them.
Jackalov didn't feel like culling there.
This is the best case scenario. No vision available. Chovy doesn't have his TP. I imagine he's roaming over, and look at this. You see how little control there is. The
Jesus.
Should be available soon. And Gen G, this is a must-win fight.
And Cream is on top side, doesn't have his teleport available, so he's going to have to walk down. Did just finish the Hextech Proto Belt,
they gotta let it go.
I mean, when Chovy has that...
They have to let it go. Mako is 1 HP. I guess he healed up a bit, but... Package is here too.
All comes down to Canyon, even despite his earlier mishaps, picking up so much gold. You see that one single spear on Mako, enough to dissuade.
Yeah, basically the range difference is just so huge with Gen G right now that their objective control is so good. And considering they've already gotten the outer rig of turrets down, now they can just force Drake and stack Drake every single time. And also, Hex Texel is so mega for a Poke Comp. Basically, you have to get a flank here because you can't stand up to their siege, the Poke Comp, if you are top esports. You have no wave clear besides culling, really.
The 3v3 skirmish just off of taking Canyon out, taking Lehens out, maybe taking Pays out. So this is where you can see Gen G.
But they can't walk up and wave clear at all, basically. They have to dodge Callistic Qs, rockets, Nidalee Spears, Ash ults.
Mako with a spear doesn't have enough sustain to get through that. It's a slow ebb and flow here as top esports slowly get forced out from this top side, enabling Chovy maybe to get the push up in top as well and take down their last outer turret.
The thing about siege comps, or like poke comps, is very difficult to take Baron, but if you get Baroned, you're the best comp with Baron, right? So it can be hard to get it, but once you get it, you just win.
We're talking about an opportunity to look for a play.
Onto Lehens, good damage. Culling comes out as well. Pays saves his support, but himself maybe not so much. The Culling almost finishes him off. Doesn't take a summoner, but there is an ult.
That's why they're not even worried. They just hang out there, clear the wave, because once culling is down, there's nothing else top esports can really do.
The rapid fire cannon and the shiv, so incredible amount of burst damage here for the Lucian. For top esports, kind of the same, particularly against poke comps. You want to take down as soon as possible this mid lane turret, because otherwise, if you have the safety to retreat, your poking becomes so much easier.
They're moving Keen here, though, to make sure they can cover. Gen G well aware of how important that mid lane tower is going to be.
Now. Flashed away from, you get the flash from the Corki, and that's an ult trait. You you'd still call that worth.
Big time, but this is the problem with trying to contest on multiple different fronts. When you have control for top esports in mid lane, you open up TN to roam, you open up Mako to roam, to look for plays on sides. This is what we're saying top esports really like to do.
You have to get a flank onto the poke composition, but it's going to be really hard to flank with Hawkshot, and the vision control that it gives you, as well as Cassante can just mark the flanker and just remove them. Right. But in theory, Akali could be dangerous. See, look at this. They can't engage. Tien already ulted here, right? He ulted onto the gank for Chovy, so he has no ult. And you absolutely can't engage without ult right now if you're Tien. No shot. He can't get in range of W. He wastes his Q. He just gets stunned. The kiting is so crazy. Lol. They use TP for that. 369. Now they just lose top turret. This is like actually unplayable for top.
We have the advantage that we can push, and they're going to keep going with it.
Gen G fighting top esports, fighting their own past. This team has let down the LCK so many times. Chovy TPing in, Ma's there, but the Hex Gates are being taken.
Well, Mako and Tien think, hey, we can do something with this. Tien's ulti meant this first 20 minutes.
And again, it's getting control over the lane states, getting that vision on the top side, but Tien doesn't have the ult available, so tries to use his face instead, and Lehen says, thanks, here's an arrow directly between the eyes, and when Tien is taken out of the equation...
It's so sad to watch top try and engage, especially without Sedge ult.
Which is why 369 is called, but they're already too late to the party.
See, as well.
How do you counter this poke comp? Well, you don't play Lucian, Nami, Urgot, Akali into it. I mean, imagine if Cream was like Grasp Azir here, and he had Arm Guard. You just engage on them. Are you going to review the other series for us tasteless trash pandas? Yes, but I'm going to take an hour-long break so I can go eat and just take a break in general.
Is one of the best sources of negating armor in the game.
The Edge of Night also picked up for Pays is really important to hold on to this mid wave. The fact that you won't be at the leisurely toss of a Tien ult or...
I mean, Corki was first picked here, guys.
To react is going to be so impactful when it comes to contesting everything that top esports are trying to do on the map. As long as you can keep Cassante up against Cream as well, Keen is just going to be a brick wall that this Kali cannot get.
Ill used.
They also have really no way to kill Cassante. But you can just Kalista ult. Yep. That's the Ashe can just stand there and volley and kite, and then if you get close, then they just Kalista ult, and that's it. They still have Sedge ult though. No culling.
That damage.
And remember as well, there's no package available. Chovy got in the last fight. We're going to have to wait and see if my timing's wrong, but still, Dragon for TES looking good to start.
Yeah, Chovy doesn't have TP.
Also, the other thing you can do against poke comps is because you have to have time to poke, is just get prio on objectives and start them and rush objectives down because they need time to like reset their cooldowns. I don't think Gen G needs this dragon, but it's fine. Chovy has package, so they're going to get it. Don't worry.
Dragon here to keep the pace of the game going for Gen G to shut up the audience.
Well, top esports is just going to let them take it, I guess. So they get it onto Lehen's, but Keen just zones him off.
To shut up the audience, the arrow
they force Jackie Love's cleanse. Keen just Q3s him. So there's no follow-up. It's really well played by Keen. What does Urgot do this fight? They're splitting this call, by the way. Cream is in the back line. Two of them are getting Drake. They get Drake. It's a 3v1 versus Cream, and Chovy is 1v2ing and winning in their back line. 369 and Tien don't do anything this whole fight. Yeah, now you definitely can't get out.
Gen G are pulling them apart, and TES, I don't know how this started, but I feel like I know how it's going to end. 369 says no, though. Aqua Prison out. They front to back. He can't get the reset, though.
Canyon's gonna kill everybody.
Disgusting, but Gen G are thriving.
Well, they got Drake, though. Worth. Dude, everyone is so horny for Drake.
And the dragon gets taken by TES, but Gen G says thank you very much. Balloon the gold lead. And the sustained damage from this Corki. Pace staying alive despite everything. And Canyon on his Nidalee.
And at the start, Jackie Love immediately cleanses. Cream gets access to the backline. Hens is taken low, but watch for Joe.
And Canyon on his Nidalee.
And at the start, Jackie Love immediately cleanses. Cream gets access to the backline as Hens is taken low, but watch for Chovy immediately onto the backline. Annihilate for Chovy immediately onto the backline. Annihilates Jackie Love's health bar. And yes, Cream gets the low, but watch for Chovy.
Canyon on his Nidalee.
And at the start, Jackie Love immediately cleanses. Cream gets access to the
Cassandre blocks the Urgot ult.
taken low, but watch for Chovy.
That's a really huge play by Keen, dude.
Onto the backline. Annihilates Jackie Love's health.
That's the thing, is Cream can't really hide in the shroud, right?
But it's the support. It doesn't matter. And Jackie Love is so incredibly low. And from this point, Top Esports, they could have said no. They could have said 369, we have to give you up. We will sacrifice yourself to get away, but they think they can make the play. But in a top lane versus top lane, Keen has come out every single time for Gen G, and once more, he bowls down Top Esports, and Gen G come out ahead.
Jesus Christ, the poke damage.
King creates that allows Pays to flash. Bubble doesn't hit. 369.
But it's okay, guys. They got Drake. They got second Drake. So apparently every game is just going to be won or lost on, you know, getting second Drake. Why? It's so asinine.
Once again, Chovy on this Corki is providing so much good context for Gen G.
Cassandre lost 2 games this series, guys. 369 lost with it as well.
Across the map. Want to get this in there.
One that could have hurted their game state. Cream still getting poked out, half HP now, trying to defend the inner tower, but Keen running into him. He doesn't back off in time.
The real crime is this fucking Akali doing nothing.
This time around, but TES now defending after the inner goes down and the gold balloons 7k.
And again, you need some. There's no
Top East longer. Now it's up to them to see if they can not relinquish any control of this game and bring themselves to the upper bracket.
They're smart just to go after the tier 2s, though, instead of trying to go Baron, because their comp is very vulnerable if they start Baron. You just can't give them a flank angle where they start to assassinate you, because you're very squishy.
Topside jungle. Canyon has moved down. Paces on the reset. Gen G need to be very careful. This is essentially a bluff. The Top Esports might call at any point in time, but with no information, with no vision, Top Esports don't feel comfortable, and you can see the antsy feet they're getting as Gen G slowly but surely close the door on them.
Gonna have to be an individual pick. It's gonna have to find someone, put him in the meat grinder, or Cream getting on top of Pays. But Keen has been an immovable object.
Good luck getting on top of Pays. He has Edge of Night. How are you going to do that?
Grace for Top Esports. But now the problem is, once you lose control against a poke composition, the game becomes nigh unplayable. You have an Umbro Glaive Ash with Hawkshot. We saw how much pressure Mako was able to find in the last game with that as well. You're playing into Corki and a monstrously fed Nidalee with 10 stacks on the Dark Seal.
And now Nidalee has Zonia's, in case she has a whoopsie.
This jungle going to belong to Gen G as well if they want. Keen though.
I mean, Keen stepping up, and we said the LDR might do something, but right now, I'm not seeing a damn lick of damage.
I take it back. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
I thought it'd be enough.
He didn't have enough damage. I mean,
he hopes they will deliver Gen G to the promised land, a victory in this game 5. Top Esports, the poke is hitting. It is raining down from all.
Top Esports can choose to give this up. I think they should, but knowing them, I don't know if they will.
I mean, I was going to say, knowing TES, they will fight or die. And right now, it feels like the latter as they move up towards Baron to try and make the counterplay with Chovy having package.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can draw them into an area that is dark, but it's not. Gen G already have so much vision down, and now Top Esports will lurk in the shadows. Gen G, you have that hawk shot they spot at the top of there.
They'll lurk in the shadows, except Hawkshot exists, so they all get seen.
Keen and Canyon the ones face checking. Canyon needs to get out of there. Keen's fine for the time being as Jackie Love's dealing with Chovy. The arrow flies through. He's got cleanse once again. And
Dude, every time he walks up, he just gets fucking arrowed and has to use cleanse.
Too much again. The front line Kasane paying dividends. And Chovy.
And now all of their return poke is gone because culling is on cooldown.
Can't find an angle. And TS just need to hot tail and run.
Keen is just playing this front line so well. But Chovy
Nice, he buffered off of Tien's ult.
In the back line once again onto Lahan. Phoebe denied with fate sealed.
Wow. That was fancy. That was a fancy Callisto ult.
Keen is just playing this front line so well. But Chovy.
They're like, maybe we can finally kill somebody. Nope.
Once again onto Lahan. Phoebe denied with fate sealed. Cream buys time. Keen a new target. He gets out with the perfect execution, but 369 is meant to be a tank. The go again. The poke runs, it roams, and Gen G feel it. They are talked about as these international chokers, but today it looks like top esports are the jokers.
That said, though, doesn't look like they're actually able to get the kills that they were looking for. They force a bunch of summoners, though. That's the big thing. Flash gun on Tien, flash gun on 369. The Baron, though, not yet taken.
The Dragon was taken by Gen G, though. And Gen G are coming back out onto the map once more with a ton of vision around this Baron area. Cream once more trying to push, is stopping and blocking every.
Is unbelievable, and Chronicler, as we approach Gen G around this Baron, just buying time again for the Dragon stacking and this almost tank moment.
Is that
unbelievable member?
And now
there's no way.
I mean, he's got flash available. Reaction time, Culling.
T1.
All right, the death brush. They did it.
Oh, Chovy.
Is this it? Is this the moment?
Is it going to be Chovy in a side wave? There's no way.
I mean, he's got flash available. Reaction time, Culling comes through, and Chovy's gonna die.
Chovy!
Shut down in front of Baron. That was the unbelievable member.
And now the Baron is there. Kasante in the sideline will have to try and TP to deny this from Top Esports. This is it. Top Esports found their pick, but can they finish the fight?
Now we find out how strong they are. Cream is teleported in, and remember, Gen G don't have numbers, but they have the gold advantage. In the back of Baron, the MR debuff is hitting them hard. Canyon throwing out spear after spear. Keen getting the knockup. It's double flash used. Jackie Love gets caught in the back line, but they turn off a Baron. Top Esports still. Where is the damage? Cream dealing with the thrown out spear after spear. Keen getting the knockup. It's double flash used. Jackie Love gets caught in the back line, but they turn off a
Dude, Cream's just having to dodge everything, just getting thrown into Shroud. Oh my god.
He's erupted in a 5 versus 4. Jackie still have it. Jackie Love steps back up. There's the Aqua Prison. Mako trying to bring it on back. An unbelievable fight is what we needed.
Wow, the kiting though.
The spear from Canyon hits Jackie Love. Jackie Love jumps back in and gets the hand. Gen G have been departed, but TS is still losing the fight.
Jovi's coming. Jovi's coming.
Jackie Love stands his ground for the timing. The spear doesn't connect. Pays and connect.
Miss
either.
Q.
The bot lane, the heroes of TS are what the LPL need, but they can't deliver. Mako's up
Miss Q again. Whatever, it's fine.
Gen G faithful are finally getting rewarded.
And it starts off as a Gen G nightmare. Chovy wandering off to a side wave and getting murdered. But the rest of Gen G say no, not today, not again, as they win the 4v5 and take the Baron.
In finals, we saw Keen get several solo kills against his opponent in Zeus. And once more, this Kasante is the pick for him. He stands
Jesus Christ, he hits the Q3 onto Jackie Love and Mako, forces both their flashes. What a monster this guy is.
From dealing the damage. And the Kasante buys the space that you need to deal with Cream in the back line.
And then the kiting is just too huge here. They flash forward to get some more slows down, but it's just the repeated poke. I mean, look at that. That Nidalee spear is half of Jackie Love's health.
On top of this mass, Jackie gets the kill on Lahens, but that's not enough. And then Chovy with the TP here, but already Pays was flanking. Canyon, surprisingly tanky as well. The stopwatch impeccable from him. So much use out of the gold, but Keen, the hero that Gen G needed.
And it feels like there's nothing left in the tank for Top Esports. Cream can't kill Kasante. 369 couldn't kill Kasante. And Jackie Love is tossing everything in the kitchen sink at this Kasante. And
Cream does not play Akali at all. Look at him. I mean, he does. He's known. It is known. Cream plays Akali. There's nothing he can do, guys.
That that can push them away.
If he goes into Shroud, he just gets hit by volley, and then they just wait for him to pop out.
And those alike, the poke is unbearable as the turret continues to get approached. Genji, they will not.
Kazante gives so much space to the poke jams. Good awareness of his role. Exactly. Keen knows his fucking job, dude. He's just your blue-collar top laner. Comes in, does his fucking job. Doesn't take the glory.
Genji, they will not stop, and TES right now are just hoping for a mistake.
Hold me, Dagda! What are gonna do it?
Cream is there. He has to cleanse away. He gets the bell from Mako. Jackie Love gets poked out. Chovy hits hard, and he hits hard. It's in session once again.
These rockets are ridiculous.
There's nothing they can do. Top esports, they lost their star player. They're about to twinkle out.
They came back from the brink of despair. It looked hopeful. It looked great in the early game, but to go to the upper finals, Gen G, your fans are finally being rewarded. Do you believe? Because for the first time ever, Gen G beat the LPL in a best of 5 since the name change. First ever religion that has come out of League of Legends. And let me tell you, Gen G fans, I am a believer.
Yes, Genji, finally de-stupefied yourself. Those are some bad games, though. All right, guys, so here's the deal. I am going to do the TL Fnatic game, but I got to go eat. So I'll be back in an hour. I'm going to leave the Twitch stream on. I'm going to turn the YouTube stream off. So I will restart the YouTube stream when I come back. So I am going to leave a note here for people. So that's how it's going to be. See you in a bit.